Hello, everybody. Oh yeah. Sanitization. Alright. Giggity, 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 goo.
What's up, everybody? And thank you, Web Debbie, for gifting 10 memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. We will have a fresh video on Monday. I've found a couple things to actually record. But anyway, welcome to the stream. If you're joining late, check the live indicator around there to make sure it is red if you want to keep up with chat and everybody. And as usual, we have the early crew hanging out. Gasmaster Joe Russ Phil in the kitchen and Franco Walker. Frankie was here early. Let's see, Maurice Walker showed up a little early. Our queen Liz Edwards is here. Fama, what's going on? Katrina Bryce rolled in. Rifleman Frank Netto Betty. Grabshaw's Ice Parky. Mr. Egg Cake. What's up, Benji, Oddbjorn, Clive, everybody? How are we doing this fine weekend? Hopefully you're doing better than people on the space station. But anyway, what's up, Patrick? I don't know if you got your notification, but your stuff has been sorted out and ordered. Slippy Fish, what's going on? Hey, Redhead Forrester, been a minute. Chicago Ted, I had YouTube on the Roku open and suddenly White Bat audio started. That will happen at the beginning of my show. I've kind of settled in on that song for now until I can figure out something maybe to sing every once in a while. Getting all goofy. What's up, Rifleman? Jacques Attack. All right. Let's see here. So I kind of updated the schedule. We'll do VertoThermoWhoofle right after 420. Do another toast at 5. Gooshy food for the kitty cats who are over here. That'll fire up around 5:15, so a little over an hour. But they are ready and waiting and always hungry because, you know, it's not like they have tons of food laying around the house. What's up, Delta Mike? Now they're going to evacuate our astronauts on the competitors. Equipment to Boeing's piece of junk. Ain't gonna cut it. I know that the airline that crashed had to have been a Boeing plane too. Yeah, pretty much anything Boeing sucks. Now there's all kinds of things they might be doing. Anywhere from leaving them on there for another 6 months, or bringing them back in crew 8 in the cargo hold. Like, it's all kinds of dumb shit they're talking about now. Just and Boeing can't do anything right now because they had to push the crew 9 launch because Boeing needs 4 fucking weeks to upload the software to the Starliner because they never put anything in it to fly itself home, even though the previous test did exactly that. They just assumed that it would go well and that it would be piloted by humans to and from. And I guess they're uploading via like a 14.4 modem. So, That's just all fucked up. Like, leave it to Boeing just to, like, just showing up, they fucked everything up. They're fucking the schedules up, the launch schedules, all that good stuff. Good for them. Good to them. Anyway, as you know, I'm filling in for Clive, so I guess I'll go ahead and do the sterilization as I was reminded earlier. Might have been Katrina that did that. But anyway, here comes our sterilization for the week. Blah. Blah. All right. You haven't heard much from Clive yet. I haven't messaged him in a minute, but I assume he is very busy. Speaking of which, hopefully he'll be back by August 31st, so in a few weeks from now, because that's what I'm going to do my little vacation thing. Because I actually have 4 days off in a row, so I figured it's a good time to do it. Monday I'm going to release a video to everybody with, like, you know, if you got questions you want me to answer while I'm cleaning the laptop. If you don't know, I'm going to pre-record me cleaning my old laptop, cleaning and redoing the thermal paste on it, and then answer questions while I'm doing it. And then when I'm on vacation, I'm going to play that as a premiere so that everyone can still join and watch live and, like, chat and stuff. You just can't rewind it. It's almost like a Twitch thing. But then as soon as the premiere is over, it turns into a regular video that you can go back and watch. They're kind of weird. I've tried it once and it was just weird, but this situation seemed like it would work out. The twin astronaut that went up because he stayed so long, serious health risk, same as one up there now. Yeah, they're, I wonder if they were physically prepared for an 8-month stay or only like a 2 to 4 week stay. Like, I don't know how body conditioning works for that kind of stuff, but I do wonder if they are physically prepared for that. But I don't know. Oh, did the live check, Franco. Yeah, make sure you're, did that earlier. Make sure you are on the red button right there. Cheers to one way or another, everyone on the ISS getting home safely, however they got to do it. So, cheers. They should just use Starliner for dark garbage dump capsule. That would be fucking perfect, Admiral Rascals, as a matter of fact. The guy that went up looked a bit chubby, in my humble opinion. Maybe it's just a thick suit there, DC Allen. Boeing rockets built by inexperienced workers. Yeah, I did see that headline, Benji. I didn't get a chance to read it because, of course, that popped up and I got a phone call at work. But, yeah, I can only imagine that just means they were just hiring whoever they could, not doing much for them, handing them a wrench and going, yeah, put this rocket together. No problem. So, the merch isn't runny. Should be now. Thank you. Always forget to hit the button. Alright, so let's see. It is 420. You know what? We got that. We talked about the cats. Rob, we're going to play one of Rob's really early recordings, Moonlight Sonata for Pussies and Piano. There's the merch thing. How are the outside kitties? Asks 404. Oh, and by the way, I have both voice and WhatsApp opened. And I did see your jalapenos, Lockwatcher. We'll get to those. Shit, I keep forgetting to grab more orange stuff. Besides, like, the lid, the thermal. There's a little cone over there. There's an orange button. There's my nerves. That's me holding as still as I can. Yay. Anyway. Boeing Starliner, single-use garbage incinerator. That's pretty much it. Yeah, just burn it. Burn it all down. But the outside kitties, oops. Thank you. They're doing good. The fox that started showing up pops in every couple nights. It takes like 2 or 3 bites of food and, like, runs off. Some of the cats have ran randomly, just kind of hanging out on the front porch at night. But no, everybody's good. I saw the fifth cat that I believe is a little girl. I saw her last night when I went out to go smoke a cigarette, and she like started to run, and I was like, did like the piss, whatever thing, and she stopped just outside of my like view. Like she strategically placed a bush in between us, even though like it wasn't right in between us, just enough for me to do that, and I could see her paws. So I guess she, if it's a she, isn't super scared, but very leery of people. What's going on, Boozy? Sorry if you have nothing to do with Printify. Just mentioning that I got the pullover, but not the t-shirt. Yet I'll wait maybe a minute long. Yeah, by all means, Fama, get in touch with them. If something's gone wrong, they're really good. Even if shipping goes wrong, they will usually take care of it. So if there was a problem with them, by all means, contact them. I know a couple other people here have had issues with some of the printers, and Printify was really quick to rectify it. So, but yeah, it's up to you if you want to keep waiting or not. But like, they're usually really good with that. You could even just say, "Hey, I'm willing to wait longer, but here's a heads up," and they may just go, "You know what? You've waited long enough." Like, they have pretty strict policies that they themselves that they put on themselves, I should say. So yeah, if there is an issue, by all means, let them know. But yeah, there's nothing I can do or even advocate. They kind of keep the creator out of it, I guess, just to make sure that, because I mean, I guess because they know what they're doing. Any trash pandas? No I don't know that there's really any raccoons around here. I've never actually seen one in this neighborhood, which might be because of the few foxes that are around, and maybe the cats are out competing for the food. Don't know, but they're pretty good. The forklift license, like forklift. What? I didn't fuck Brandon. Sorry. What? Who's have what? All right. Mr. A Cake is somewhere else, but here at the same time. Very interesting. It is. You know what? Let's go ahead and take that phone call. I forgot about that. How could I forget about taking a phone call? Now I got to remember which fucking button is the phone call. Like, as I've said months ago, I really need to start using my Dymo label. Pretty sure that's the phone call. That's a cough button. So there we go. All right. Yellow. Mm-hmm. No, you ain't gotta be mad about it. No, that's fine. Oh, no, I'll pick orange juice up tomorrow. It's all good. Yeah, we'll just skip the fruit shake. It's good. Just calm down. Calm the fuck down. Okay, that's better. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Cheers, everybody. What's up, Mouse? Claire, how's it going? This is still the same green gelato that I bought an ounce of like a while ago. I usually only smoke like on a show or every once in a while while I'm playing. Well, that doesn't really help because that means I pretty much smoke every day. Never mind. Just we'll redact that later on. The fact that there is a highway to hell and only a stairway to heaven says a lot about the anticipated traffic numbers. Yes, it does, Benji. It absolutely does. That is a good quote. Benji has the good quotes, by the way, folks. Pay attention to Benji. Like, and I'm serious. Like, they come up with some really good stuff. Yeek, a stink bug landed on my face, sprayed it, and got sprayed. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Redneck Atheist. I've had that happen once. Luckily, it was before I had a beard, and it landed, like, right here on my cheek, and I went, foop, and it got my finger, and, like, apparently just a tiniest little bit was there, because every once in a while, I'd be like, damn it. I hate these damn things. I haven't seen a whole lot in Maryland this year. So, don't know how that is. What's up, little Jim? How are you doing? We'll take that out in post-production. Thanks, Chicago Ted. Just get on that as soon as we're done, if you don't mind, you know. I use my labeler to label my carts. If I get my labeler going, I'm going to look like, what was he? Ed and Eddie, see, what, it was Double D was the dorkier one, wasn't he? Like, I'll be like him if you ever saw the episode with him and I think it was Post-it notes, where like everything was labeled. I think that's part of my hesitation, is I know like everything's going to be labeled. Like the cat's going to have stickers on them. It'll be like curtains, you know, door handle. This is the lock. Your mom, you know, shit like that. It's just going to be everywhere. Oh yeah, 420, everybody. Let's just keep on rolling. Happy 420, and we can do a VertoThermoWhoofle. Ever heard of a cockchafer? Asked Steve Odlers. I cannot say that I have. Um, I'm not sure. Well, yeah. What is that, Steve Odlers? A cockchafer? IR, the glitch the system is afraid of. That could be possible. I labeled my label makers. Yeah, see, Franco knows what's up. I would do button, you know, push here, button. Tail, head, paw. Beans. Label every bean. I just walk around just crinkly all the time. All right, let's get that VertoThermoWhoofle going while we're discussing. Oh, a cockchafer is a kind of beetle. They tend to fly into your face or everything else. Or even your cocks, I suppose, Steve. Oh, wait. Glad I looked up. I see it. Don't yell at me. Dear God. There you go. Holy shit. Here, actually, let me change up. See if, how this is looking today. Yeah, let's put that one on. All right. Let's blow some shit up. Do not try this at home. My ceiling is covered with an it's covered with stuff that doesn't burn. God, I hate those dumb words. Stupid words. Ooh. Woofle. Number 2. Number 3. And the close up over here. I feel like that changes all the time. Oh, whatever. Alright. Now, if y'all remind me to do that again in about an hour, you know, the next half, you got to remind me for the follow-up woofles. I always forget because I'm usually rambling on about some dumbass shit. Can't find any info on the Dymo 2000. I thought that said Dino 2000. That was an old piece of software I had that I used for estimating like engine performance, and it was actually pretty fucking, if you punched the right numbers in, it was pretty goddamn accurate with horsepower and quarter-mile run times. Pretty interesting. Hey, I'm all warmed up. My fingers aren't fucking freezing. You see the finger? You can kind of see. Yeah, you can see the fingernails. Let's see anything else. There's a cell phone. That ain't doing much. I think the only reason you can see the glass is from the big word, the reflectivity. No, it's not reflectivity. I don't know. Another big word. I got kind of high before the show because like my fucking head was hurting and my neck is killing me. Any other cool thermal stuff? What's the mouse do? Does that? Can you see the dot? You see the laser? Nah. All right. Emissivity. Thank you. God. I knew it was somewhere in there. How about the lighter? Oh, you can see the lighter. It's not bad detail, and that's even without the macro lens on it. Anyway. Alright. So we got that. We got the fire thing going. Oh, yeah. And as far as the whoopee cushion goes, Boozy gave me this at work. The parts department at work is it's kind of like okay, like let's say like the circus had a place to go get parts that was just another circus. It's kind of like the clown college of parts departments. Like it's fucking goofy in there. They're all a bunch of goofballs. So this is some lighthearted, like nobody was trying with this kind of thing. Like they build structures to fucking prank each other. Like they spend hundreds of dollars to prank people when like they're on vacation. If Boozy is still watching, he can confirm because he's one of the motherfucking masterminds of the shit. And the little ones don't give you much. And when you squeeze them, don't finger squeeze them because then it usually just goes, which isn't bad. But if you flat squeeze them, no, never mind. That was the same fucking thing. So never mind. Forget what the fuck I said. But yeah, this was laying around. I figured we hadn't done a stream yet, so might as well. I farted it at the cats and they just went like they were just fucking they didn't care. They were just more annoyed by it. I have a super cheap Brother label printer. Doesn't officially have a DC jack, but you can drill a hole in the bottom and then you can use it. There you go. Yeah, there's plenty of things I've drilled out to add batteries or make pluggable for such things. Orange wiggly things eat. All right. Sounds like I hate exceptionally juvenile coworkers. I approve, says Redneck Atheist. Yeah, it's pretty goofy in there. And you walk in the service department, it's just like, brr. But that's just how that rolls. I farted once around the cats and they meowed and ran out of the room. Yeah, what's up, DJ Bones? I've gone to fart directly on cats before, and I'm pretty sure they knew what was going on, and they were like, "Meow," and just fucking took off. I guess you were around me long enough, you kind of know what's coming and what's about to happen. That pic on the whoopee cushion hasn't changed since I was a kid. Nah, yeah, it's the exact same picture. I imagine like, I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, but yeah, that's pretty much the same picture you'll find on any, well, pretty much any whoopee cushion at this point. I imagine there's probably only one place that really makes them, so they just run the same line all day long. Well, same two. Yeah, I guess they have, what, two sizes? Maybe three? I think they have a gigantic one, too. More like a pillow. A big, farty pillow. Now, what they need to come up with is like an advanced whoopee cushion that you can self-fill with your farts, like a special adapter, however they want to do it. Because then, when you rock that thing, it's going to be a whole different experience for pretty much everybody. Which it'd be like adding it'd be like putting Mario Brothers and finally into 3D. You add that third dimension that makes it pretty interesting, pretty neat, and well, that way you still get to share the stink with everybody. Because that's, typically speaking, that's really the heart and soul of a big stinky beefcake is just making everybody else smell it. Like we all do it. You know, we all try to like nudge it towards the other guy, other gal. That's, and here we are talking about farts. Uh-huh. Red Dwarfer, that would be a neat job. Chief Whoopee Cushion Maker. I would wear that badge proudly. What do you do? I'm the floor and warehouse foreman for the Whoopee Cushion Factory. For the Whoopee, yeah, there's only one, yeah. Yeah, I run the joint, yeah. Been doing it for like 20 years. Now, the thing is, do they have, do like all the seats at the Whoopee Cushion Factory have built-in Whoopee cushions already? That is something that I would like to know. Like every time you sit down is someone farting. A whoopee cushion that has a realistic fart smell, that would work too. I guess you'd have to put like a, you could put flavor packs in the whoopee cushions, like little like stinky pill inserts. It's like you could slide in and they could sell flavor packs for the farts. You could have like the Christmas fart, pumpkin spice farts, you could have too much dairy flavor, ate too much tacos the night before. Like that would be, stink bob juice. But you could do it in a dry, how they have like aroma, like to sit around the house, fucking pine tree for everything. They have aroma things. Just make a small insertable aroma thing that goes in like a tablet thing, like plastic tablet, vent holes, something stinky inside. Put it in there, boom. You know what? I'm not feeling like pizza Sunday. Today I'm kind of feeling like Indian food Monday. You popped it out, farted a couple times to air it out, reinsert the new one, farted a couple times to make it pure, and there you go. I feel like I should have this patented. Like, I can't be the only person to ever think about this shit. Is liquid ass still the worst fake fart spray? Asked Mondo. That's still the worst fake fart. As far as I know, that's still the worst fake fart spray you can buy regularly. You can make stuff that's way more, apparently, if you know the recipe. But yeah, that's been around since like I was a kid. I've been throwing them into intake vents for decades. I haven't done that at work yet, but I feel like someone did. I feel like at some point in that building where I work at, either with McCall or Eastern, I feel like someone at some point stink bombed the place. I know every once in a while they have a mouse. Since we got a big fields nearby and, it's a big warehouse, we have, typical couple mice running around. And every once in a while they'll, like, die in the ceiling. And then, like, you just know about it for the next week or two. I will avoid that recipe, says Lockwatch. Yeah, I don't think you can accidentally make super stink swamp ass juice, but definitely, use common sense when producing any recipe, mashed potatoes. This does not look like mashed potato, but whatever, you don't want to find out the hard way. Nile Red made thioacetone the worst smelling chemical ever, says Admiral Rascals. I have no idea what that smells like, but if it's been voted the worst smelling, I'm sure there is something special about it. Beer, sauerkraut, or cabbage and eggs, pretty stinky. Yeah, if you live near like a paper factory, there's one up in Pennsylvania, and I used to know some people up there nearby, and it would just smell like rotted cabbage all day from the paper factory. That was a little rough. Megavolt Meister says American Science and Surplus has 18-inch whoopee cushions. So that's like rest your head. That's like fucking sofa cushion size. That's perfect. Amazon packing paper stinks. Amazon packing paper stinks. I don't know. The one I usually don't packing paper I get usually doesn't smell bad. And I work in an Amazon warehouse and it just smells like just regular cardboard. I wonder where they're getting your fucking packing paper from. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to take Motrin before the stream. Oh man. Oh yeah, and I left for those that watch on Lego Wednesdays, was like we're building Johnny 5 here, and all the fucking Lego sets that are right behind me. I put a microphone outside, one of the lapel mics. I'll stick it in the out on the window frame so we can like listen to birds and the fucking ice cream man and helicopters and shit. And I just remembered it was out there about an hour ago, and this is the second time it has been out there during uh, fucking heat wave and storms, and it's just fine. So yeah, I can definitely recommend that. Like, I got to go on Amazon and like update my review and be like, yeah, I keep leaving this outside in fucking 100-degree weather, direct sunlight, and direct exposure to rainstorms for days, and it is just fine. So it's not rated to be waterproof, but it's very fucking weather resistant. I'll tell you what. What's up, Josh Hogan? If I'm not mistaken, didn't you just put out another video, Josh? I was gonna go look for that tomorrow morning in my my Sunday morning watchings. I think Josh just put something else. Johnny 5 close up. You want to see Johnny 5 Jacques Doc? Is that what you're saying? So here's where we are with Johnny 5 on Wednesday. We got the track assemblies on. So he can now run. These cables will camera's that way. These cables will eventually come up into this control pack. And then like his head and torso and shit and arms will all be up here. But we're moving along with it. It's got itself a little caster. It's coming right along. Still gonna be a little while. Probably thinking maybe another month of 3.5-hour sessions. And then I'll figure out how to get it sorted for the remote control. And then we'll drive it around. So yeah, that's on Wednesdays. And then after that, we're either going to do, that's like the sun and moon, like, a fucking spinny thing that I think actually spins. There's that. There's a Corvette. There's Spaceship from the Lego movie. And I just got this in the mail. This set just came out. This is the classic moon rover, actually, the actual NASA original moon rover. So we have plenty to do. So I'll tell you what, even if everything else is horribly wrong with the channel, we'll have Lego Wednesdays for a while. Because I have a lot of channel, that's all channel funded stuff. That's what we use the channel membership money for, is basically to buy Legos and like video games for streaming. I take care of all the equipment. You alright there, Lori? Cool whip. Wait, who shit themselves? Hold on. Harkin just got off me. I waffed my shirt a bit to cool down and go do odd sounds sometimes. Harkin used to shit himself when the door buzzer went. Okay. What's going on? Excited. Gotcha. Yeah, we got a lot of, I still got the Doom guy. Like a 1-foot tall Doom guy from Doom, Eternal, or 2016. I think this one's based on Eternal, and the SpaceX Crew Dragon. What's up, Simon? Oh man, what a week! I finally slightly made progress on one of the. I don't know if you remember, I talked about how having some software issues with fixing some forklifts lately. One of the software engineers or like software guys came back and said, hey, we just found out this is a software bug that we didn't know existed for the past 20 years. And somehow I'm the motherfucker that finds it in a piece of software that's been out for 20 years. I found the fucking bug that cost us Jesus, what should have literally been a 2-hour ticket has been, and like I couldn't even record it for the channel. It was just too much just to deal with. But it took what should have been like a 2-hour ticket at most turned it into 3 months and I think a good 50 hours of troubleshooting and them telling us we're doing this wrong. And I'm like, dude, there's 3 of us here that have done this. And they're like, no, you're doing it wrong. This is that. You keep adding a 0 there. And we're like, dude, we pull it up and we see everything's right. The truck's not seeing it and all this. And it turned out to be a goddamn software bug. But I'll at least give it to him. He said, yep, this is all our fault. Since it's a software bug, we will cover it no matter. We know it's been quite a lot of time and hours, and they have agreed to cover it because of it. So at least there's that. They admit it was their problem, so we'll get it covered, and like the customer doesn't have to pay for it. They'll probably make the customer pay a couple hours, maybe. Or I would hope they'll just cover all of it for the inconvenience. But at least we got that going. So that was one of them long-term goddamn beat your head into a fucking wall tickets that has finally been resolved. So now I just gotta wait for them to give the fuck up on the tracker one that the fucking telemetry on these pallet jacks hasn't worked for 4 years. So over a year ago, we tried to get it to work again. They couldn't figure it out. They had no idea what's going on for months and months and months, and I finally figured out a way to make it work. It's been working fine since, but they keep saying, no, well, we know you got it to work your way, but we really want it to work our way. So it's been another 7 months of diagnostics. Like, I think I'm into almost 100 hours of, again, something that should have taken 2 to 4 hours per truck, and they still won't give up. And I've reminded them on multiple occasions at this point, every time we keep going back, it's just more and more hours that you guys aren't going to want to cover, even though this is a problem on your end. And they're like, oh, well, we just gotta get it working the right way before we can cover it. I'm like, it is working the right way. It does everything the customer wants it to. What's the fucking problem? Is someone just a little too goddamn proud to admit they were wrong? Like, holy shit. That's getting ridiculous. And then, like, last week, somebody else got put on the job, and I'm like, great. So this is like the 5th or 6th person that has taken a stab at it. So, see how that goes next week. I imagine I know how that's going to go. They're like, oh, well, we should try to replace this then. And I'm like, dude, we've replaced everything at least twice at this point. But that's all they ever want to do. Oh, we'll just try replacing this. Didn't work. Okay, we'll try replacing that. Didn't work. Well, we're not going to cover it since it didn't actually help. That's the other fucking thing. But that's just kind of common everywhere, it would seem. But, it's ridiculous. No, I'm not struggling. It's the same 7 forklifts top smoke. Like, I've already fixed it. It's just the OE won't just say, all right, cool, thanks, and cover the time for it. Lock and load the parts can. Yeah, that thing is so riddled with fucking bullet holes from the parts can from them Zap Sparky. Like, by the time they finally give up, honestly, at this point, I think they're just trying to push it out far enough so that the trucks are retired so that it's no longer a problem. If I change the solenoid valve, probably. The Knibbler valve was tuned, and the Canuter solenoid was bypassed as well. Holy shit. It's time for the customer to just sell the forklift to someone else or scrap it. Well, see, the problem, Admiral, is they run fine as they are. The issue is a telemetry thing, which reports like runtime hours, operating conditions, operators to like the cloud, as it were. And they weren't working at all. Like, the trucks run fine. So, like, nobody knew the difference. Any people that knew were the administrators that were missing the data. So they're not necessarily just going to scrap the truck. Like, the trucks run. Like, right now, as far as they know, they're working fine because it's reporting all the data. But they're all scruffed, as I call it, in the contact management. They're all scruffed up so that they work fine. It's just not the way that came from the factory. Therefore, it's wrong, even though it works. But it's wrong, and their way doesn't work, but my way's wrong. I don't know. Anyway, And the foo-foo valve, yeah, the foo-foo valve was flipped. So that usually takes care of that. Reverse the polarity, that always works in Stargate and Star Trek. That would probably cause a lot of... Well, I mean, there are fuses. That would be interesting. That would be interesting to see what would survive if we did that. I had to put waffles in there. Yeah, we put waffles in the machine. It didn't help. We did lay slabs of bacon across. It didn't seem to care. But it's ugh. Anyway, what are we talking about here? Of all the luck to find a 20-year-old bug, says Admiral Roscoe. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It's one of those things that it seems like this situation shouldn't have been an unusual situation. Like, it shouldn't have, like, it was just a simple, normal replacement of a tag that wasn't reading. Or maybe it was reading and the bug, like, they didn't tell us on which side of the bug it was, but yeah, it's what should have happened a million times in the past 20 years somehow reared a bug. So I don't know. I don't know. Ow. Check for tachyon emissions. Yeah. Our tachyon scanners in the shop right now, Delta Mike. The giggling pin on the laughing shaft sometimes cuts loose, says Jacques Attack. Yeah. And it is funny. I love talking to fucking people that like try to come up and act like they know about cars and forklifts and shit. And I'll say some dumbass fucking like never fucking heard of it. Oh, well, what are you guys doing? You know, the reflex valve on this went bad, so we had to do the flip on it, and now it seems to be good. Oh yeah, man, I remember having to do that once. Yeah, I helped this guy out with his fort. Yeah, and then they'll come up with a fucking 5-minute story over some bullshit part I just made up, and I'll just sit there like, acting like I'm impressed, but it's kind of just I'm impressed at the amount of story that some of these fucking people will go through. It's like, and then at the best part is usually when they're done, I go, dude, I just made that shit up. What the fuck are you talking about? Just to see what happens, and it's usually not great. Johnson rods and muffler bearings. Ooh, you got to be watching out on that one, Rifleman, because there are some OE Subarus at some point actually had adjustable bearings with a sort of adjustable muffler ends with something of a bearing on it. You totally didn't refill the blinker fluid and check the ID10 stick at the factory before it arrived on site, thusly polarizing the conduiter valve and the calcium pepper blocks and short fuse. Yes, Ed knows exactly what's going on. Ice cream guys out front. Yeah, I forgot about the conduiter valve, or I call that a Canuten valve or conduiter valve. Same thing. I think that's more of a regional thing like soda or cola. The bum grips. Isn't that an actual thing? Isn't bum grips a thing, Mr. Eggcake? Ow. God damn. Yeah, the shoulder's been bugging me a lot lately. It's getting real fucking tight on this side. It's like, man, like the medicine's like really not even helping anymore, so that's fun. Behind the steering wheel, causing the loose nut under the brake pedal. There you go. Hold on a sec here. Let me talk to this guy again. All right. Okay, let's see here. So, Lock Watcher, aka Cat and Pancake, sent some more jalapeno pictures. Let's see if I can do this without, make sure I got this framed up right so that I'm not, that is not framed up right. That's why you check. Like that. Nope. Oh, Alt key, dumbass. Ta-da! Alright, do that. And that should be fine. That's my phone number, so that can stay. That's not any phone. Okay. And here's what Lockwatcher did today. Jalapenos, peppers, got some cans. It looks like some relishes back there, some canned goods. Nice countertop there. Is that Formica or like granite or something? That looks like a nice countertop. I can see the stainless steel trash can in the back. I like the trash bag style there. Not bad, not bad. Mine are black straps, but hey, you know what? Everybody likes their own color. Kitchen cabinet, I dig the handles, black on white, very nice. Good wood floor back there. Is that real wood floor? Kind of looks like it's got some scratches, which makes me think it's a good, nice, worn-in good wood floor. But yeah, the peppers are good. Actually, I like the bowl. That's kind of cool looking. All right, is that chutney? Oh yeah, that could be chutney as well, couldn't it? Yeah, I forgot. There's relish and chutney kind of look similar, don't they? Last year's hot sauce. Not the, what did he say? Not the actual product, just for the neighbors. Oh, just for neighbors and friends. Nice. Star Ghost pepper sauce. The hottest in the galaxy. Is that a fact? Did Lockwatcher leave? Alright. I figured I'd show you that. 4:51. So we got what? Pussies and piano in 24-ish minutes. Jack Attack sending out, that's like the bat signal for Lockwatcher there. I heard the story of factory workers trying a beer can and fenders to rattle. Yeah, that's something. That's one thing you can do. You know, fish in the air intake, crab shells, anything disgusting. Chili sauce on pancakes, Mr. Egg Cake. Okay, hear me out. I have made, and it shouldn't be that uncommon. Like I have before taken sausage or ground up sausage, like actual ground up breakfast sausage, fried it up, and then mixed it into pancake batter with after cooled off because you don't want it to like weirdly cook little bits of the batter. But put it in there and made fucking sausage pancakes. They were delicious. I mean, it's not much different than like you see like pancake wrap fucking sausage breakfast snacks and shit. Um, so I did that once, and from the flavor, I imagine actually hot sauce or chili sauce on that would probably be delicious. Actually, hmm. Maybe I'll try that one of these days. Oh, come on, DC Allen. You knew these shit you knew that'd be good. Oh, what was that? There's something from Little Jim. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah. You received a view once message. Okay. What is, oh, that's old today. Oh, that's weird. I didn't actually get to view it. You received a view once message. For added privacy, you can only open it on your phone. Yeah, okay. I'm not logged in on the phone right now. I don't know if you meant to do that, Little Jim, but I'm not actually logged in on the phone right now. That was odd. Like, I can't even see the message. What's up, Weaselbox? How are you this evening? How is everything where you are? The natural extension of the well-known phenomenon of bacon pancakes. Indeed, indeed, it is a natural cousin of the sausage pancake or bacon pancakes. I mean, we know bacon goes on everything. For the most part, sausage, whether it is breakfast sausage or dinner sausage, which is really just a fucking different sprinkle of seasoning. It really does work in a lot of different fucking weird recipes. Like adding it, I mean, like think about it. You add it to any kind of soup, add it to pancakes. You could probably add it to oatmeal and it tastes pretty fucking good. Especially if it's like plain oatmeal or like porridge or um whatever you biscuit heads call it. Um no, actually that's actually I used to actually keep a bunch of ground sausage and ground beef for just adding to stuff. Blueberry pancake wrap sausage is the best, says Redneck Atheist. Yeah, actually, I used to be able to find that in the grocery store. I think it was Bob Evans. It was like the breakfast pancake wrap sausagey thing, and I used to eat that all the time. And it was nice because it had the blueberries in it, so the flavor actually gave it a lot more flavor. Those are pretty good. Charles Williamson is hearing things live from Japan also. All right. How's Japan doing? You can add crystallized maple syrup to pancake batter to make them like a McGriddle. Is that how that works? Mama's hungry. That's a lot of food icons. Let's see. I think I've eaten. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I feel like I've pretty much eaten everything on this list. I think that's a TV dinner, so that would count. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Shrimp. Different desserts. Yep. Skewers. Yeah, definitely had skewers. Oh, it had millions of fucking fortune cookies. And there's regular cookies, these nuts, some beans, some honey, and some milk. Yeah, I've actually had, well, bone. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've eaten bone. So yeah, I think I've eaten everything on that at some point, Fama. That's not a bad menu. You should start a restaurant with all that stuff. Especially if you can bake apple pies and then you can actually fuck the apple pie, like in the movie American Pie. That would probably bring a pretty good college crowd. You know, just keep them just warm enough. You know, keep them about 98.6 degrees on the warmer. You could probably sell a lot of those. It's quiet around there. A benchy? A benchy. Is this a 3D printing benchy? Oh, oh, did Weasel get a 3D printer? Making bacon pancake. Oh, okay. What? So I see a benchy. I think the little benchmark boat for 3D printers. Or is that actually what's going on? I could just be missing stuff. And then his mom buggers him with a soup spoon. Yeah, luckily I wasn't quite, I'm not quite old enough that I ever got whooped by a spoon. I just got my ass whooped by my dad. Oh, you did get one. Nice. So Weasel got a 3D printer. Very good. Remember, you can do fun prints and lots of practical prints too. Like, uh, like all the night locks. Like if you, some of your windows, if you look, you got this weird little clip thing on the side that just pops out. It's usually on the top half. Or like the back window, you know, usually when you're inside, the bottom window is towards you and the top window is like pushed towards the outside. Well, those little clips are light locks so that you open it up and the window can only open that much kind of thing. Just enough to get air through, yada yada. Well, all the windows in here, except for one or two, they were just brittle and old. And they didn't work anymore. So I took one of the ones that was still good, designed it in Tinkercad, 3D printed a couple of test ones, finally got it right, and now every window in the house has a 3D printed night lock on it that's probably stronger than what was on there because I also reinforced them. And like the metal clips, like fit in there the way they were supposed to, so it worked pretty good. But yeah, that and the fridge I had downstairs, it didn't have any of the rails in the door for like putting, fucking mustard and drinks and stuff in. So I 3D printed trussed rails for it and, almost doubled my refrigerator capacity. Weasel, I lived on a first floor apartment. I definitely used those locks. Yeah, some people know what they are, some people don't. I didn't know what they were until I bought the house. And I kind of like messed with them and went dunk. I went, this looks like it's supposed to do this. And then I looked it up and I found out they were just called night locks. But nah, they work good. That is, you can't get in enough to reach the lock if you can even get your arm in, so. But I don't open the windows too much at this point. I'd rather have it nice and temperature controlled, especially with these two beasts in front of me doing their fucking thing most days. I thought I broke the window. Yeah, I could imagine if the accident gets flipped out, be like, uh-oh. Lots of boobs in chat as well. That's good. That's good. Think the world would be a different place without dinosaur syrup, says Mondo, deft as a brush. Yeah, I think I assume we would be driving just electric cars instead of diesels and gas engines and people with 8 boobs that Jack Attack seems to know. Like school windows. Yeah, kind of like school windows, except school windows, there usually wasn't an easy way to bypass it unless you were at one of the emergency window things. God damn. Oh yeah, top of the hour toast. Forgot about that. Let's do whatever this one is. This was the new one. This was Mint Cookies by Magnitude. Cheers everybody hanging out. If you haven't, what do I say this about once a month? If you haven't already, by all means, click that like button and subscribe. We're here all week, kind of really, because I got a scum stream tomorrow with Ed at the new server, Last Destination. And Wednesday we continue with Johnny 5. So cheers, everybody. What's up, Vince UK? Herbert Trouls the Fancy. Phil in the kitchen rocking the grandma boobs. That's oddly accurate. At Kalar, how's it going? C2S wants that to be the excavator it was supposed to be. I do believe they are seeking legal counsel against me. I feel like... Let me check something real quick here. Oh, yeah. So C2S sent me a rhubarb pie recipe, which I'll tell you what, it's going to be the fucking one if I find some goddamn rhubarbs I'm going to go with because it came out of the 1968 Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. And I'll tell you goddamn what, anything that came out of a 1968 Better Homes and Garden cookbook is going to be fucking delicious. And it's going to skip bullshit. It's not going to give a fuck about your fat. It's not going to care about what's vegan, what's goddamn not, and all that bullshit. It's just going to taste fucking good. So thank you, C2S, for that. Now I just got to find some fucking rhubarbs, and then I can make some booyah motherfucking pie. So good find, and thank you for sending me that. Like, I'm really bad at replying to shit sometimes. I'll read it like, all right, I got to reply to that. And then I'll just like sit there. And not like I'm doing anything. It's just my brain just doesn't get over that hill. But don't worry, I was getting there. But yeah, I will, as soon as I can source some rhubarb. That's the Grandma Bible. Oh yeah, Weasel. The newer ones are still pretty good, but the newer ones have brought more modern thought into the recipes. Um, yeah, I'm not worried about getting sent rhubarb just yet, Mr. Egg Cake. I'll look around. Iron Brew is tasty as fuck, says Weasel. I have not tried Iron Brew. Sausage rolls in the UK, or what they are called there. Sausage rolls? What do you mean, like pigs in a blanket thing? Are you taking your sausage and rolling it in something? Well, I emailed a picture of the cat that looks like Big Clive to Scruff to show. Who's Scruff with two F's? I am not familiar with that individual. There, Top Gun. My ex's perv husband threw the spaghetti she made at the wall high up. Eventually, they painted over it. Nice, Gramshaw. That's kind of sounds like that's probably what I would do. Sausage in pastry. Yeah, it's basically just pigs in a blanket. Um, Pigs in a blanket around here are either hot dog or sausage and like basically a croissanty pastry-ish thing. You can either eat them as is, dip them in sausage, stick them in your butt, give them to your mom. Whatever works. I usually put a shitload of butter on them, take a bite out of it, and then I'll flip it to the other clean side and maybe dip some mustard, depending on what's the mail address. It will be show@scruffdog.live. Scruffdog has one F in it. Show@scruffdog.live. It may take a few moments for it to get here, but if I know something's inbound, I will keep an eye out for it. Because my system is set up with some bounces around, but if I tell it to go look for something, it will usually pick up on it pretty quick. Oh yeah, I got to reply back to Ram 50 about that forklift he's working on. TikTok. Always gotta have TikTok fucking shit coming in. Super subs. Order survey. I kind of gave up. I was leaving 5-star reviews for like a ton of them and never heard one thing, so I went, all right, whatever. Kind of gave up on that. Scruff doesn't give 2 Fs. Man, I don't even give 2 Fs. Yeah, you know what's up, Herbert Trouser Fancy. Trouser Fancy. Pigs in a blanket are small chipolato sausages wrapped in bacon, sausage, and pastry in a sausage roll. Yeah, that might be a regional thing. Yeah, for us, it could be hot dog or like little tiny hot dog, like cocktail weenies, or sausages. Sausage. Hmm. I think when it's time for Pussies and Piano in 6 minutes, I'm gonna go get some Motrin. Oh, okay, I got it right. Sausage roll. Yeah, I mean, everybody calls them a little bit. I've got to walk and get a few more beers. About 5-ish minutes. Yeah, Vienna sausages. Yeah, Vienna sausages, cocktail weenies, Trump emulators, whatever. As long as it's short and looks funny, that's about it. Hot Pocket with sausage filling. Well, I'm pretty sure they make sausagey Hot Pockets, Brian. I've actually, I used to eat Hot Pockets a lot. I think I just overdid it on them. I haven't actually had Hot Pockets in a couple years. I think it just became such a just go-to thing that eventually it just kind of was like, ugh. when like their pocket, like the bread part is all most of it is exactly the same stuff, and that kind of turns into a dominant flavor after you've been eating it for a while. When you said pussies and piano, then you had to get some. I thought you were going to get a pussy. No, I'm not going to get a pussy. I haven't got a pussy in like 5 years. Big Clive cat scent. All right. Let me see if it has shown up yet. It has not. So let me go over here. Go to that. And somewhere over here. Counts. Yep. Check now. Checking mail. Hot dog covered in cornbread batter. That's tasty. Hot pockets are great if you go as to what Admiral? Hot pockets are great if you go idea as to what to make. If you have a good idea. Steve Adler's, to the English speakers, is Vienna sausage something different than a wiener to you? Yeah, what do they call that in Vienna? Just a sausage? Nothing yet. Let me take a moment. I'll check in a couple more minutes for the Big Clive cat. I believe I've seen that somewhere already. Does the cat look like Big Clive? All right, Top Smoke. As soon as it shows up, as soon as it bounces its way through various bullshit and shows up, we will take care of that. I meant to say got. Oh, okay, let me try that. Hot pockets are great if you got an idea as to what to make. Yeah, I mean they do have quite an extensive selection of flavors nowadays. I'll give them that. I just saw in the grocery store that they have a bunch more, like, I think another new line of like bigger hot pockets. Kind of thinking like if I did see that right and they are bigger hot pockets, I'm curious maybe to get one, but I'm also a little leery of it because a hot pocket this big will have the outside, like food, the outside, pizza sauce and cheese will be 5,000 degrees while the center of it's still frozen. So I'm a little leery of what's going to happen if you add even more mass to that equation. I feel like I'm going to burn my lips off and chip the rest of my teeth off on the frozen part. So I'll have to take a look at that. Hot Pockets are one of those foods that you can buy because you know that you'll have a day or string of days where time is more important than taste. Yeah, Redneck Atheist. That's pretty much it. Yeah. You get a flavor that's close enough. You find what's, I mean, Hot Pockets are good, but they're not like good, man. They're good. That's pretty much it. You buy them for the time, not for the flavor. Just after a while, the lack of flavor just kind of gets to you, I guess. Because then it kind of just turns into just being convenience food instead of time-saving food. And that's when it gets old. I used to eat a couple of those a day just because I didn't feel like doing anything else. Ugh. Sausage rolls have the sausage out of the casing, then put in the pastry, says Fama. Okay. Burns in the mouth are nasty, says Rob. Yeah, I burn my fucking tongue pretty much every week on my morning coffee because I can't wait long enough to drink it. And I fucking swear they keep making it hotter. So I gotta wait longer. Ugh. Alright, it is just about time for Pussies and Piano, and for Scruff to get some Motrin. I'm just gonna take this with me, use that. That's out there. The camera hopefully will focus and not be derpy. Cats plus Rob. Let me pull Rob's stuff up here and not my fucking email. Let me check one more time. Checking. Nothing yet. Really? Oh no, there it is. All right. We'll do that. We'll do the Clive poll after Pussies and Piano. So that came through. Click that. That is good there. All right, I'm gonna swipe it on over. We're gonna go to Pussies and Piano. Have you heard about ice cubes, Rod? Yeah, I've heard that ice cubes exist. Yes. The problem is they keep leaving them inside the hot pockets after you microwave them. They're just too fucking dense. Like, which isn't a bad thing. Like, you want your food to be dense because then it means it's going to fill you up and, like, keep you fuller longer. Not necessarily better for you, but at least you'll stay fuller longer. But goddamn, that shit's like fucking granite. But anyway. Alright, let me switch over to Rob. We'll get that going. And we'll rock it from there. This is one of Rob's earlier videos. Still a good time. Okay. All right. So let's do that, and I will talk to everybody in a couple minutes. Yeah, let's see what plays next. We can do one more while we stare at Lee's butt. Isn't this one of the copyright ones? We'll let it roll. Okay, cool. Cheers. I don't know why she switched. Oh, well. All right. Thank you, Rob. Rob called for the first song, and just let the second one roll on through as we do. Much appreciated. Let's see, let's get this Clive cat thing set up while we're waiting. That is a tiny picture. Let's see. Let's do that. I love how they just all switch plates all the time. Even though, like, it's usually the same food. I think tonight was actually both the same food. That's... Where is my zoom? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright, there it is. Ronnie's vacuuming up pretty good today. And then we will do a Does This Cat Look Like Clive? And this is not the Clive cat I have previously seen. Although it does seem to be a nutritious cat according to the picture. So there's at least that. I can actually start typing that up now. Wrong one. I don't know why I always hit Q&A. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Alright. That is queued up. There's Ronnie's butt. You know, now confirm that he is a he. I switched ours bowls the other day that are red and white. It lasted for about a day before they switched from left to right again. Yeah, they'll pick up on that sometimes. Yeah, they are a one-up on each other. They keep going to everybody else's dish. Oh yeah, I see Spaz left a gigantic mess on the floor. That's good for her. All like she ever does is eat the gravy. Oh well, gotta vacuum tomorrow anyway. Or actually, Monday. I gotta do a lot of cleaning on Monday. Yeah, they just keep. It's just magical day. I don't know why. I don't know why Ronnie's so hungry today. He's been fine all day. Put the cones up around Beefcake. He was getting a little out of hand. Top Smoke needs a call. God damn it, Top Smoke. What the fuck are you doing? I could go for a fucking coffee right now. Can you make me one? I can like meet you somewhere real quick. That's what I wish you could do with YouTube. I wish I could say, hey, let's go for a drive. I stop the feed here. Because like with YouTube, when you're doing a live stream, it's kind of like a two-stage thing. As far as streaming, you have the stream, like you start and stop the feed that goes to YouTube, and then you start and stop the the broadcast, as it were, to actually everyone see it. The broadcast is a hard on and off. Like as soon as you start it, it is started, and as soon as you stop that stream, it is done. And then, unlike Twitch, you can't just restart it again. With YouTube, it's a whole new link, as we've all experienced. However, you can stop the feed. Like I can stop OBS as you've seen me do before. I've rebooted the computer in the middle of a live stream. And then just started the feed to YouTube again while the broadcast just sat there and spinning. But what I wish you could do is stop the feed like on the computer, flip over to my phone, go do stuff, and then like, like say I really wanted to go get a fucking coffee. We could go get a coffee, then come back, stop the feed here, and then restart it on there. But you can't do that because it is locked to the device. Again, Twitch streaming does have its advantages because it's always one URL and it does not give a fuck what device you're using as long as it's, the proper device. You can go from app to, or device to device to device to device. So I'll give Twitch that much, but I am not going there. I'm just saying there are advantages. That's why it is one of the more popular streams, especially for like the IRL streamers and shit, because there's no way they'd be able to put a different link every fucking 5 minutes when they're trying to do their shit. But that would be nice to be able to do, because then like I might actually fucking have gone and got something, like go to McDonald's or something. Like it is not unusual for me to go to McDonald's and get a large fry and a Sprite. And like call that a meal. Otherwise, I'll get a bacon cheeseburger, a large fry, and a Sprite, and I'll eat the French fries then, and then the cheeseburger later for a second meal. I love McDonald's French fries. As far as I'm concerned, they are the best, absolute #1 French fry on the planet. My French fries, which are fucking delicious, if I make them the way I want to make them, are fucking great, and they can't even come close to McDonald's French fry. Twitch sucks ding dong, says C2S. Well, I don't know, it's just a different flavor. But it is fun being a moderator on there, because then you get to approve things like, this person said blah 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 is a cunt. Do you approve this? And I'm like, yeah, we just approve everything. Like it's me, Chippy, Mouse, Craig Matthews. I don't know if he's added anybody else yet. But it's funny when you have to approve people saying dirty words. And it's like, oh my God, dude, come on. But apparently, even if you go as loose as you can, it's just always going to ask for certain words. All right, we'll go ahead and flip back over. I think we saw enough of her butt today. All right. So let's see. Top Smoke asks, does this cat look like Clive? Let me flip that over and start that poll. So what do you think? Does that cat look like Clive? You decide. Oh. Now, don't think you can do it from the YouTube app, but couldn't you put your RTMP key into third party? You know, that's how I do all my streaming, somewhat bloody random. I have, well, with OBS, you just put your account information in, and it's just linked to your YouTube account. But as far as streaming on the phone, it's all RTMP. And the way OBS broadcast is RTMP, because it is third party. But you, once it receives a feed, it locks it to that feed, which is kind of like a bummer. I don't know that that's the Russian blue. Is there a way to put me back in there? Have I done that yet? Let me see. Where the hell's the damn button? Alright, let me see if I can get me in there. So we can leave this up for a minute. What is this? Droid's OBS? Is that it? No, that's HT. No. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah. Add existing. Should be that one. It's upside down. That sucks. Transform. Rotate 180. There you go. And let's stick me down here for a couple more minutes. Come on. Maybe this is fickle. There we go. So we'll do that for a couple minutes. Does this cat look like BigClive? Kind of looks a little bit more like Wilford Brimley. But whatever breed that cat is, I'm pretty sure that's just the Wilford breed. Chartreux. Or Chartreux. Catreux. Yeah, that sounds about right now. And I had a Russian blue. That was Larry. Larry the Russian blue. He was a good kitty cat. It was helicopter head. His ears would get so flat across the top of his head, it looked like a set of helicopter blades. Dutch Taurus. By the way, how is the big man doing at the job? Seemed like there was a bunch of issues early on with wrong versions of software showing up, but apparently that got sorted out. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought my USB 3 plugs were unplugged from the motherboard. Sorry. Nah, but I haven't actually talked to him in a couple weeks. But he knows, like, if he gets free time to let us know in chat, and we will get him on stream. And he takes probably less than 2 minutes to set up, get everything set up and going. So, we're going to pop this thing here in about a minute, and then switch back to regular stream time. Oh, they changed the font a little bit. Does this cat look like Clive? So far, yes is barely in the lead. Looks like my mom is in 4th place. That's a shame, but you know, that's probably both a blessing and a curse, I suppose, if that's what you hit. Lem, I went to the junk store and found a really cool early 70-ish Nash sidewalk surfer skateboard. No shit. Totally going to be new wall art. Yeah, it will be. That's a great fucking find. That's cool as shit. I was at a junkyard once and I found what was left of a Chevy Corsair. And for some fucking reason, it still had the emblem on it. And I had that emblem for a long time before life happened. But that was a nice find. Random find it. Just in the middle of just a regular ass fucking junkyard. And there was the emblem. I was like, no fucking way. I mean, I even paid for it. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yes, I will pay for this because it's a set price. Didn't matter that it was off a classic car. That was cool. The cat's eyes are crooked. A little bit. I think that's kind of how that breed goes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and kill the poll here in 5 seconds if you're interested. In 4-ish. In 3-ish. That's 2-ish. And grab my vape. 1-ish. Now we'll go ahead and kill the poll. So, Top Smoke, it would look like about 44% of people say yes, it does look like Clive. 40% say no. 8% say Clive who? And 6% says it looks like their mom. Very good, very good. Alright, let's hit that button right there. Oh, let's pull the stream deck closer. Oh, fun fact. I went into the screenshot. Like with OBS, I have it set up to take like screenshots if I'm doing for like thumbnails for if I'm playing a game or whatever. Well, that's also a button. I can't really see. God, that is a short cord. Well, it's one of the buttons on the stream deck is screenshot. So I went in there today looking for some game footage, and there's like so many different screenshots of us doing the Johnny 5 that I apparently was just dinging off of that button for a while last Wednesday. What's a mom? Your mom, that's a whole what's a mom? That's a whole other episode that we're just not even going to get into, Mr. 8 Cake. Cool whip. Arcades. Arcadius? Arcades. What are we doing here? Thanks for the cat hole. You are welcome, Top Smoke. Whole other episode hole. Your package got to the post office. I do. See, like, I didn't know that. I got them. I've been checking about every 2 days. Yeah, like, I never got a notification from them. Like, that's, like, I hate fucking USPS, but it's like, what else are you gonna do? I can go to another place and spend 3 times as much, or I can just deal with guessing when I have to go to the post office. But I'll take a look at that. Thanks, C2S. Let's see if it's actually in the PO box yet or not. Because I've also had it show up at the post office, be like, it arrived, and then like 3 days later it hits the PO box. How's the stealth bomber coming along? Says Minky Mutu. It is on pause right now so that we can actually do fun projects that actually get finished. That is going to be a very long term. Every once in a while, we'll be working on it, kind of not live. I'll like release clips about it as I finally get around to working on it. But I got a lot of other shit I got to get to first, and then it will get done eventually. But it just got to the point it was an exercise in futility to try and do it on a live stream. And we've gotten like multiple projects done since then, so. And we'll be getting Johnny 5 done here soon enough. Did you get a Lego Voyager 1? Not quite enough into Star Trek to like get a ship. If I did get one, it would end up just being the original one, because I did watch that a lot. C2S seems to have some fascination with a Lego excavator. I'm not sure where that came from. He says as he stares at the gigantic fucking excavator box over there. That bomber is just not fun, says Kevin, to skip it. With a real yeah, it's not going to get skipped. I mean, we put some time and money into it. it's amazing that's not the most expensive set we bought, but um, I do want to finish it. It is a cool piece. It's just the instructions are absolutely disgusting. Like it is, like it's one of the things you can't give it enough negative stars to be like, you need to fucking figure this shit out. But that's all right. We'll get there eventually. The real Voyager space probe would be awesome. I would do I wouldn't be surprised if they've had that at some point. Might be able to find a mock of it, but before we get any more Lego piece sets, we got to go through. We have, is it, how many actually is big sets is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we still have 6 major sets to get through. 4 genuine Lego and 2 uh not genuine Legos. Fuck. David Garcia just fucking figured it out. The B2 bomber, the instructions designed by Boeing. David Garcia has fucking got that shit. That is exactly it. Boeing designed the instructions for that B2 bomber. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers, David Garcia. You fucking just nailed that shit. Perfect. Cheers. Yeah, Gavin saying what we got built on the bomber was good. Looked great. It's coming along nice, but when you get like you add a piece and 3 fall off. You add 2 more and 5 more fall off. And it's just so fiddly. Like ultra fiddly. And then when half the instructions have pieces literally floating in midair, and you're like, what the fuck? Like we had over 50 pieces that were floating in midair that we never figured out even where they went. Yes, there is a fancy Lego Voyager 1 complete with Elton John's gold discs. Okay. I'll have to put that on the list. As I do seem to like, obviously kind of like space themed stuff. Campfire cooking with Scruff. I don't know what I'm going to do on vacation. I do want to do something with us just like sitting around a fire, whether it be out back or somewhere else, but I don't know that I'm going to do it while I'm on vacation because I just like I got 4 days off. I figure that Thursday I'm going to come home, I'm going to clean the shit out of everything. Friday, I'm probably going to game all day. And then Friday night's movie night. That's cool. Chill, relax, do that. Saturday, I'm probably just going to sleep a lot. Saturday or Sunday, I'm probably going to actually fix the Suburban. So I may actually record that if I can do it conveniently. I got to fix the brake line and bleed the brakes on that. I may not bleed the brakes, but if I can at least fix the brake line, I'll see how I'm feeling and if I feel like bleeding the brakes on it. But once I get the brake line done, the rest of it is not too bad. um, but yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. But I'll probably join the premiere thing of the MSI Titan cleaning, the Titan laptop cleaning. Like I'll probably jump in, assuming I have signal if I'm camping, because I might do an overnight at a campsite. I mean, it's only like, I think it's like 35, 40 bucks. And just go string up and just sleep in a hammock. But I want to do a test hang because I have hang points downstairs for my hammocks. I'm going to do a test hang and sleep one night before then to see how my back and shoulder are because I haven't slept in a hammock since everything has gotten worse. So I want to make sure that I don't go out to relax in the woods and just cause myself a fucking hurting. But it'll be cleaning. I'm going to finish up some yard stuff that needs to get sorted out. The back driveway is a little weeded out. Kind of needs a little bit of cleanup. But I want to get some stuff cleaned up, get some games on. Maybe record a cooking with Scruff. Like I may record something. Maybe that's when I'll try to do my baked potato cooking with Scruff, which isn't going to be difficult. Maybe I'll do the scrambled eggs and salsa thing as well. What is the world record for the highest hammock ever slept in? They are people that sleep on sides of mountains, so I don't actually know. There's a hotel somewhere on the side of a mountain that is, I don't think it's hammocks, but it's like small rooms hanging off the side of a hotel or something like that. I'm trying to think of what that place was. Like you could only get to it by rope. I saw it once on YouTube many years ago. Whew. You want to putter. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill. Just relax. Like I said, get some garden stuff done. I gotta pull some weeds that I killed. Like there's just a bunch of dead weeds in the yard because I killed them all a couple weeks ago, but now they're just there. I gotta mow the lawn probably Monday. Nothing to do with vacation. Sorry, now I'm just wandering through my schedule. Anyway. Deltic Engine. While it's great sharing these live streams with you, you need your own time and space. Yeah, that's fine. Next week will be the 50th one we've done. Well, the 50th live after Clive. So I don't actually remember when the hell was the filler stream? Because like the 50th episode is cool, but when was the first filler? That was back there a bit. I know it was more than a year ago, actually. And actually, wasn't that when I was started doing Legos and shit too? Let's see, Jeff Stream, Stray, the filler stream. Oh, the first one I did was, oh god, that's so bad. 7/29, July 29th. Alright, so we're like a year and a week. Not bad. Ooh, don't minimize that, you dumbass. Sorry. So I've been doing this shit for a year and a week. Not bad, not bad. A lawn mowing stream. Nah. I don't know how. Do I have a ride? No, I just push that shit around. It takes about 45 minutes, and I usually don't stop until I'm literally about to have a fucking heart attack. And if I don't get to that point, I will just keep going. And it usually takes about 45 minutes, but I ain't trying to live stream that. That just sounds frustrating and time consuming to a point that sounds less than optimal. How much rain did I get down here in Maryland? We got a pretty good amount of rain. Had a tornado watch for a few days, or a couple days. Flash flooding warnings. There was some flooding all over the place. The usual flood holes, did their thing. But it wasn't horrible. Like my basement didn't get super wet, and even though the foundation is still fucking leaking. I need like a 2-week drought so I can crank out the concrete and refill it in, but I'll get there. Just gaff tape your phone to the mower. No, I have a magnetic mount. I could just fucking magnetize it to it if I really wanted to. That's what I use at work. What in the hell is playing there? Jesus. Alright, minimize that. Alright, there we go. Alright. Oh, yeah, I guess we could do an anniversary thing since I didn't even remember that last week. Alright. Yeah, I guess cheers to doing this for a year and a week. Appreciate everybody that's been here for that long, and probably some of you have been here for like 3 or 4 years. Like, if you're not already seeing a therapist, you may want to think about it if you've been hanging out that long. But cheers to everybody anyway. What's up, Herbert? Trouser Fancy? 10 months. Good God. Frank Netto Betty with 8 or 9 months. Cheers, everybody. I guess not bad. Take a weekend off after a year. And just think, if it wasn't for these live streams, I probably wouldn't have this set up. I definitely wouldn't have this. Or this.
I'm Pickle Rick!
Yeah, or be able to do
this or
this. Or so, you know, cool sound effects. The stream has brought me cool sound effects in my life.
Spooky, scary skeletons and...
Okay. Not too much. Not too much. Oh, yeah, where's that button?
Now stand...
Nope. Scruff in space. Really need to label these buttons. Got it, Rob. Oh yeah, another Tootington. Well, let's do one more Tootington, shall we? Toot. It's therapeutic being here with you and everyone else on here, says Deltic Engine. Yeah, that kind of works for me too. Works the same way as I've mentioned in the past. Is that like a dog and popcorn? The hell is that icon? Or emoji? I wish they told you what it was when you hovered over it. What is that? I don't even... It looks like a dog in a fucking popcorn bucket. How about Scrufdog's creative gardening? More interesting solutions and ways to do things. Face on popcorn. Alright. Frank Notabetty, I deal with idiots. Oops. Sorry. I deal with idiots all day long, and no one here is an idiot. I feel at home with the gaggle of goofballs. Well, I appreciate that, Frank. I think at this point we've kind of settled into where we're going to be. A good little group of people here. We seem to have fun. Streams are getting a little more chiller lately too. I realized that a while ago I made a list of just stuff to talk about. And I realized most of this stuff I don't think I've talked about. I almost started talking about that art project the other week when Jimmy was here. Actually, that's on the list. First, I made that list a few months ago. Nerd rage at school. That's always good. Well, we've talked about nerd rage on here before. I got into my first fight in school. Let's see. No, actually my first fight while I was in school was out of school. When fucking dude just always fucked with me, and then one day he slammed the locker. My locker, I was opening up my locker to go to lunch. He fucking slammed that thing shut, and for some fucking reason, I turned around and just pushed him. And as soon as I did it, my brain just went, dumbass. And then he just slammed me into the locker, kept walking, him and all his jock fucking douchebag buddies all laughing, because that was, they traveled in groups. God damn. And then we were at lunch, and I said, fuck it, let it go. Went to lunch. And God, I feel like I don't know if I've talked about this on here before or not. But anyway, we were sitting at lunch, and apparently he like walked by, smacked me in the back of the head, and said something along the lines of, "Yeah, just fucking sit there," or something like that. And according to my friends at the time, they could visibly see me snap. And like I just quietly fucking got up, walked up behind him, tapped him on the shoulder with a teacher literally standing right there. He fucking turned around and I just hit him like a fucking just came right around like a fucking haymaker, knocked him unconscious in one hit. I have no idea what the fuck happened. This is my first experience of nerd rage. Knocked him flat on the floor. Fucking teachers like dove at me and grabbed me. And then after all that, we fucking sit in the office. We start talking, and then next thing you know, me and this guy Frank, like I still remember his name. Me and Frank were like fucking buddies after that. His jock buddy still didn't like me, but me and Frank were cool, and we ended up hanging out a little bit in middle school and all this other shit. And he had a golf ball size fucking thing on the side of his head. I always figured it was that whole if when you stand up to the bully, they actually give you some respect. Well, I guess sometimes that works. No, they never fucked. Like none of them ever fucked with me after that. I guess there, Brian. Like I earned just enough respect from knocking the guy unconscious that everyone else was like, all right, cool. I mean, I got fucked with in middle school a little bit, but that led to like an all-out fucking fight that I nerd raged again on. But that time we weren't in school, so I just didn't care. I had no inhibitions on that motherfucking fight. Jesus. Nerd Rage Poll, says Herbert Trouter Fancy. Like, in what way? Like, have you experienced or harnessed the power of Nerd Rage? How about that? If for some reason you don't know what Nerd Rage is, but you are a nerd, you've probably experienced it. That would be all the pent-up bullshit that you've dealt with your entire life that you put in your nice, neat little bottles that we all do. And then when someone fucking plucks the wrong feather, all of that rage for the past fucking 10 years from all the things that have nothing to do with the asshole in front of you just come together and you focus all of that hatred on that motherfucker at that time and shit just fucking goes crazy. That is nerd rage. Alright. Have you experienced or harnessed the power of nerd rage? That's why it's a thing in like Fallout and video games. Like it's just a fucking thing. Yes, no, not a clue. I mean, you know, why not? Not a clue, and all right. How about that? JNMSY, what is my favorite Frank Zappa track? I don't know a whole lot of Frank Zappa tracks. Like, I probably know them, but I don't know that I would know the name. Like, if I heard various Frank Zappa songs, I know there are some I like. I just don't really know the name. Like, names of them. I'm not, like, super, super into Frank Zappa. So, can't really answer that one. Brian Antoine says, damn, it's weird we actually have similar stories. Yeah, that's, yeah. A good smack can clear the air, says Rob. Sometimes, yeah. Fruit pasties? Yeah, don't take my fruit pasties, Mr. AK. God, I actually haven't had fucking, Pop-Tarts in a while. Fucking love Pop-Tarts, but then I just eat the shit out of them, and they're just pure sugar, so I'm like... Like, even more than I normally am, and, like, I'm high right now, and I'm still... But I pushed the school bully through a glass door into the teacher lounge, and he never picked on me again after that, says DC Allen. Yeah, that'll fucking do it. Absolutely. Dude, when I was in high school, I had a fucking bully. Like, this dude would just fucking pick on me all the time and just derp with me. But then if someone else fucked with me or my friends, like, he was kind of a bully to, like, me and my whole crew. But then, like, and we were just kind of dealt with it because he would also show up and just give us weed and get us high. So it was kind of weird. So I think he was just looking for a buddy, but he didn't know how, so he was a bully. But like, we were sitting there on the bus one day and fucking found out that some dude stole tapes. Yes, cassette tapes, if you don't know what those are. Man, I bet your fucking back doesn't hurt as much as mine does. But anyway, we found out some dude, Tony, had stole a bunch of tapes out of Bobby's car. And like, Tony fucking admitted and was like, do something about it. Like, you can't fucking prove shit. And, fucking Joe, the big guy, he went to Tony and beat the fuck out of him. Found the tapes and took $20 for an inconvenience fee and gave it to my buddy Bobby. Like, what the fuck? It was fucking weird. He was like the bully that like protected us from other bullies. I guess we were, like I said, I think it was a weird, he wanted a friend kind of thing. Brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts. Yes, those are my absolute favorite C2S. Been eating them since I was a fucking kid. Just that flavor. That's pretty much the only flavor I will eat. Like, the other ones are fine, but that's what I eat in Pop-Tarts. I fucking eat all the exposed pastry first. Then I eat the ends, and then I eat the center. Or I'll just bite off the exposed pastry and then eat it. Tapes, you mean 8 tracks? No, not 8 tracks. That's a little bit older. That's more boomer. That's boomer fucking audio. Cassettes. Gen X, we started with cassettes, and then we rolled right into CDs. Yeah. In the early 90s, and went from there. You were his crew and you don't fuck with his crew. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, he was a good guy that just relentlessly picked on us and fucked with us, but he kept us safe too. It was weird, but like, I always wonder what happened to the guy, because he got in trouble because well, first of all, yeah, I guess I forgot. I actually just occurred to me to also explain that when I was in the 10th grade, Joe was a senior, but Joe was also 20 years old because of growing, life issues, as it were. And one day he got really high when we were at the bus stop, and he kind of let slip. Like, I think I saw a little piece of Joe that made me think of all the rest of this stuff of him just trying to like find a buddy. He let slip that the only reason he was still in school was he wanted his grandma to be proud of him. So apparently his parents had just told him to go fuck himself. They had given up on him. His grandma never did, but he struggled in school. Yeah, all this little shit you piece together after a while. And I always wonder what happened to him, because he was also a fucking, we found out that there was an actual narc at our school. Like one of those, like, you always hear, oh, we had a narc. No, like, we actually found out we had a narc, because when Joe found out who it was, he pulled the fucking dude's wallet out, and dude carried his fucking badge, and the guy was like 20 something years old, because Joe took his fucking wallet out, saw the badge, threw it. So someone got it and was like looking at it and, blah, blah, blah. So we like knew the guy was a fucking cop. Why you would bring that to school, we don't know. But after that, Joe literally picked the guy up and threw him against an open locker and probably broke his back. Like, they carried the guy out in a stretcher with fucking neck brace because Joe just beat the shit out of the guy. Which sucks, because like, he was fucking trying, but he just had a thing. And never saw him after that, and I always wondered what happened to him. It was almost like he was the he was the bad kid that was trying, I guess. Like I tried to remember, like I don't have any of my yearbooks that I can find anymore. I was gonna like try to like fucking look for him on Facebook. Like not that I would necessarily want to talk to him. I just kind of want to like look and go, all right, he's okay. You know what I mean? And just move on. Like, but I always wonder what happened to him. But yeah, it fucking sucked when like we found that like that shit happened right after lunch. Like as lunch was leaving the lunchroom and going into the hallways. So I caught the aftermath of it, seeing the dude on the floor. And like Joe was just surrounded by teachers, and he wasn't resisting her. He was just sitting there just fucking mad. I guess he realized what had happened. So he wasn't being aggressive anymore, but he was before he realized what was going on. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, fun stuff in fucking high school, huh? Banksy has just put a pussy on the wall. That's 6 in as many days. Well, that seems fine. You think he became the Joker? Nah, he was way too big. He'd be more like Bane. He was built more like Bane than Joker. I was built more like Joker. Spindly little tall fuck. I was 6'2" and 155 pounds. Like, good grief. Now I'm like 6'1" because of my neck bullshit. And I'm 198. Maybe after all these years being a nerd and suffering through that, we're here because we found people with stories that resonate. Yeah, that is true, Brian. Ow. Reel to reel would be a pain in a car. My uncle had a car with a record player. Oh, what the? I feel like I've heard of that there, C2S. Crazy to me. Yeah, I actually own an 8-track player. I don't own any 8-tracks, but when my uncle wanted me to try and fix his 8-track player, he had another one. He's like, hey, if you get a chance, he's like, if you don't, I don't care. It's whatever. If you fix it, you can keep it. If not, if you don't want it, you can give it back. I never got a chance to mess with it, and he passed years ago. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go to a fucking pawn, or not a pawn shop, like a fucking thrift store, get some 8-tracks, and see if we can rock out on some like old school Ozzy Osbourne or something. Some OG 8-track Ozzy. That'll be wicked. Lem Echo, I just put an 8-track player in my Dodge van. A very good operating one. Actually sounds good. Yeah, they sound good. Like they were big, but that's because they were just like kind of miniature studio reel-to-reels at that point. Cassettes were convenient because they were smaller, but they didn't sound as good as 8-tracks. My dad's 1979 Pontiac Firebird Formula. It was the apparently it was one of the rarer ones. It was all white with the blue, like the blue bird on it, and black T-tops. So it was the Firebird Formula, white, blue trim, T-tops. And that had an 8-track player in it from the factory. We've rocked that out. I mean, we were driving that around up until 86, I think it was. 86 or 87 when he traded it in for no fucking shit. Get this. This is what my dad did. That's one of them things, man, even as an adult, I'm just like, what the fuck? At a 1979 mint condition, rare edition Pontiac, the fucking Firebird. Traded that motherfucker in for a 1987 Hyundai Excel. One of the biggest pieces of shit ever produced. Like, there are some junkyards in the United States, or like if it's you pick it, you pull it kind of thing, you buy it, you go rip the alternator off yourself and buy it. They'll sell alternators for $20, starters for $30, and you'll look on there and it'll just say Hyundai Excel, $50. Like there's one up in Pennsylvania, so they'll give you the entire fucking car for $50. God, there's horrible, horrible things. And then, like, I didn't know it at the time. I was just kind of confused as to why, like, the awesome, fast, cool car, Knight Rider-looking car wasn't there anymore. But, yeah, I couldn't, like, in hindsight, looking back, even knowing now that it was a turd, in 87, you don't go from a fucking Firebird to a 1.3-liter engine. Like, holy shitballs. It's a fucking shame. If I would have known a little bit more about cars, I would have been like, you can't fucking hold on to that for me? Like, seriously, we can't work some kind of fucking deal out? Holy shit. Like, and I know there was only a certain number of that version of the car made. Apparently it's, of the different versions of the Firebird, that's within, like, the top 3 rare ones of that year. Mama says mine sold a beautiful Chevy Nova with a V8 that I said I wanted to paint, but crap, that engine. Jesus, just beautiful. Yeah, old Novas, old Chevelles, man, you could do so much beautiful shit with them old cars. Out here in Essex and Dundalk, it's still some, you get a lot more of the modern stuff, but you still get a lot of the old classic cars rolling around here. Yeah, with fucking engines that you could fit a Hyundai Excel into one of the cylinders. Love those things. Would I rather have a Yugo GV or a Hyundai Excel? Probably a Hyundai Excel, because I know there's a million parts around and they'll pretty much give them to you. That, and I'm familiar with all the problems of a Hyundai Excel, so I could sort it out anyway. My father built a 1967 Nova with a 400 small block, I'm assuming cubic inch, 4-speed, probably Muncie, that could lift the tires. Not bad, Frank Notabene. We had similar ones around here. We had a guy down the road. I assume he's passed by now. He was one of them old heads, an awesome old guys. Had a full machine shop in his fucking backyard, and he would build small block 400 small block Chevys for everybody that wanted them. He would just custom build them for them. But I almost bought an engine off of him. He did some work for my old race Cavalier with the hybrid engine. The hybrid engine meaning a mixture of different engine parts together. He did some work to give me a rear firewall to separate me from the gel cell battery, racing fuel cell, nitrous bottle that was in the trunk, which I also didn't have a steel bumper on because I wanted to roll the fucking the whole back end under, so if someone ever would have rear-ended me, they would have gone right through it. But oh well, that happens. Classic gamer, still have my 72 Nova. Unfortunately, it's in rough shape. I guess what, like, rockers coming out of it, up in the fenders and all that shit. I mean, it can get worked on. Like, obviously, there's a million places to get, like, you can get, like, fiberglass panels or just new steel, but it is some time, and that's a shame, but you know what? It's time will come where you either roll it out or get on it. Not a big deal. With I have learned with projects, they get finished when the time is right. Not always on schedule, but that's not always a bad thing. Admiral says at least a Yugo has a campy cool thing going on. Yeah, I could camp out of a Hyundai Excel wouldn't be bad. I could if I wanted to go camping, I could just use the car itself as the pillow. It's so small. Frank Notabiz, I always admire the guys who can build engines. Yeah, I've built a few engines in my time. I got a 355 in the garage. It's a Chevy small block 350 that's 30 over, so it's a 355. cubic inches, so 5.7 and a little bit liters. I bought the loaded long block race engine from a guy that used to work with us at McCall Handling at the forklift business. I bought the bottom end from him. It was a prepped race engine. His son used to race like mini cars, and then he just keeps going up. He's damn near he's I think he's about to go professional, like super professional level, but they didn't need that engine anymore, so he sold that to me. And then I got the heads from somebody on Craigslist. Cool guy, Anthony. I remember his first name for some reason. But the bottom end's a 86 Chevy Smallback 350. It's 30 over, has a hyper two Technic fucking pistons in it. The crank is 10 over on all the journals, and the rods, they were all ground and polished with the appropriate oversized bearings put in high volume / high pressure oil pumps. It's just a monster. Deep pan on it, the Felpro upgrade kit for the oil pan, and the Felpro upgrade kit for the intake manifold, which I got to finish port matching. I got one of the heads. I port matched the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold, and then I bored it out a little bit. There's this dude on YouTube who did like this 7-part series on the 95 Chevy small block heads, the high torque heads. You can port them out pretty good to get a lot more flow in there, and I've been porting them out. I got to finish the other head, then I'll put the engine together. Probably going to put an Edelbrock, what is it, a 3702 intake manifold on it. And just fucking rock and roll with it. I just got to get some time to finish it up. Phew, sorry, I started just talking and fucking talking. Jesus Christ. Chicago Ted, the projects take as long as the projects take. Yeah, it's just how that goes. My mom let go a 1969 Mach 1 428 CJ 4-speed. Mach 1 goes to auction for parking tickets in 1975. Oh, God. That's a rare motherfucking car to find now. Could have been a 327, which is amazing and lightweight for what it can make for horsepower. Light body, high horsepower. Yeah, 327 is a good high revving engine. They work really well with nitrous as well. Like 350, yeah, your 5.7, that's your standard Chevy powerhouse, or was, up until, all this new engine technology shit. But, man, like, they are so hard to break. Like, that one's the factory one from 95. In the Suburban. It has 230,000 miles on it. And it's the factory head gaskets, and it still runs fine. Transmission's a little weird, but I think I got to put a harness in it. Just kind of don't feel like it, because it only acts up every once in a while. Farmhouse having prime rib tonight. Well, that's fucking excellent. What's up, Redneck Atheist? A pole? Frank Notabetty, driving a 12.3 to 1 compression engine's gas is amazing when running 93 octane. Oh, absolutely. My, let's see, what have I, see, well, actually, the 97 K2500 HD I had with the 6.5 Detroit diesel, that was a low compression. That only ran 18 to 1 in the diesel world. Had a 2,300 pound poppet. Pressure on what I put in 40 fucking 80 plus horsepower marine injectors in that. Will I be doing Mavis runs? Yes, I will actually be doing one fairly soon. Will likely, I checked the flight restrictions, and the Francis Scott Key Bridge is no longer under flight restrictions, so we're going to go take a very close look at what's left of the bridge, of the uprights and stuff. They've cleared out everything normal. Traffic has resumed. Obviously, it's a little more observed now because of what's going on, but there are no more flight restrictions, so I can go fly over there. So I'm going to do a stream after work in a week or two. So it'll be like a 3 o'clock stream. So it would start an hour earlier than it did today, but it'll be sometime during the week. So I have 5 batteries. Hopefully all 5 of them are good. I figure one we'll take a look at, like the first one we'll go take a look, get a quick look at the bridge around the area, see how the battery does, because it's about a mile away from where I'll be flying. Then we will take a look to see if there's any pieces of it left over where they were dredging it and picking it up. All the pieces were being stuck over on the other side, which I drove past the area because I have access to the area back there. But I couldn't get close enough to that particular sectioned area to get any good pictures, but you could see like the pieces of it like sticking up over the buildings. But we'll go see if any of that's still over there. And then we'll take some, as close as, I'm comfortable taking. We'll get some close looks at what's left and see what we can see. What's up, Aeon? We start talking about drones. Aeon's like, what's up? What's up, dude? But yeah, we'll be doing that in a week or two. Maybe this week, probably in 2 weeks. But I'll let you know, obviously, as soon as I can. But we'll get right up close to the bridge. We'll see what's left of the base that was crumbled. We'll get as close as we can. Take a good solid look. I'm surprised I haven't seen more streams or more clips from drones. I'm guessing no one else has checked yet. But yeah, we'll take a look. So, cheers. Like I have footage, actually I shoot it on there. I have footage from a couple years ago of the bridge. I was scanning most of it when I was flying around the Fort Carroll. But yeah, I figure, yeah, I'll definitely have to let everybody that Aeon knows, because they're a bunch of drone enthusiasts, mostly FPV, but a little mixture of both in there. But I'm sure they would be interested in seeing what's left of the Key Bridge. Wait a minute, where's the poll thing? Oh yeah, I gotta end the poll. Have you experienced or harnessed the power of nerd? Yes, 65% says yes. 15 no, not a clue, your mom did. Alright. Yes, nerd rage is definitely a fucking thing. Good grief. ThermoWhoofle time. Yeah, we can do a VertoThermoWhoofle. It was great flying around the old power station. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll go check on that again. I just didn't want that to be like the next stream, because it seems that's all I was doing for a while. For good reason. But, yeah, I'll get this one going, and then I'll get things sorted and settled, and we'll probably at some point go take another look at that. We may wait till the fall for that, just so it's not so fucking hot down there. Scrufdog, I was out for a bit. Did you share my pic? Yeah, we were all talking about it. I was commenting on your floor. Like, I was asking if that was a real hardwood floor, because in the picture it looks kind of scratched, but it looks like a really durable hardwood floor. I was admiring the hardware on your cabinet. The black on white is nice. Kind of the simple knob there. That's really good. And was that granite or like Formica counters? Like, those are nice too. Oh, it's a vinyl. Okay, a vinyl way. All right. Okay. Yeah, then the grain must have been from just the resolution. But besides that, now the jalapenos and the food look good. Is that relish or what was the other one? Someone said the other one, the the other thing that's like relish. Those are granite. Okay, okay. Very nice counter. Sorry, when someone sends me a picture, sometimes I just want to look at everything just to see, like, look for the reflection of them standing there with their dick out, like, whoops, something like that. Chutney, that was it. Is that chutney or relish in those? In a couple of those? Thanks, Zach. I think because I've never eaten, exposed, even heard of like chutney, except for like every once in a while you just hear like something eating chutney, blah 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 blah. But like it's never been part of my vocabulary. Jalapeno jelly, hot peppers, and jalapeno relish. Ah, okay, very good. No, yeah, we were sharing those. Yeah, that was very shortly after one of the last thing you said, so I think you just missed it. Jalapeno jelly. Do you put that on your pancakes? Because we were talking about sausage pancakes. We were also on that topic of putting like ground up sausage in your pancakes. You know, a variation of bacon. Like I've done that with pancakes. I put ground up sausage in there, and that would probably be pretty good with jalapeno jelly on it. Mango chutney is nice. What is a chutney? Is it just small chopped up stuff? Is there a specific spice profile for chutney? What if she's already naked in the photo and you are still looking close, Scrufdog? Well, I mean, if someone's naked, at least we'll know. Jalapenos, red onions, and garlic. Basically, cowboy candy relish. Gotcha. Bagels, cream cheese, and jalapeno jelly, says Lockwatcher. I'd go for that. I'd go for that. Making bacon pancakes. Freaking cartoons, says C2S. Oh, that's fine. Oh, you heard about the sausage thing. Okay. All right. Good, good. Lem's getting chips and beer. Nothing wrong with that. Frank Notobetty's fighting the keyboard all night. What in the fuck? Dolbin thirds? I think Mr. A Cake is seizing, or his cat walked by. Sausages out for Scruff. Yeah, that's our new salute. Sausage out. Zoop. Making more relish on Sunday with the addition of chocolate ghost peppers. Well, that sounds fucking delicious. Chocolate ghost peppers are fucking great. I like eating those raw. They're really good. Scruffdog's Wiener Hour, says her. And actually, I used to have a radio show, like an actual radio show called Scruffdog's Nipple Hour. We broadcast that over Winamp. Oh, God, what year was that? Probably 2000, somewhere between 2002 and like maybe 2004. It was just me just talking like sexy stuff. Like it was a sex talk show goofball fucking thing. Way less technical than this. Because during the week I would do a car talk show where you could call in and like, you know, we could talk cars, talk engines, talk shit like that. And then I had the nipple hour. And we do this like stuff and we had like 3,000 people listening and that thing went on for months until the co-host, like he was like the Ed McMahon of the show. Like me and the producer did everything we could to get him equal, like speak up a little bit more. It's like, dude, if you don't want to be on the show, you don't have to be like, oh, no, I want to be on the show. But then he didn't really participate. And then he finally left and the rest of us just kind of gave up. And it was fun for a little while. We actually did live shows at the car show, shit like that. Had t-shirts. That was a good time. Fucking the opening theme was Perfect Circle song. Was that Judith? Was the opening song for it? Oh my god. Scruffdog's Nipple Hour. I wish I could find it. At one point, I know recordings of it existed, but I was never able to get copies of them from the person that supposedly had them, and I suppose at this point they are long gone, which is a fucking shame. I would love to go back and list, like, if I had them, well, I'd have to listen to them because who knows what kind of dumb shit I was saying. But, God, I would fucking love to hear that shit and just like repost clips of it. Oh, well. Rob is a little tired this evening. Dude, if you need to go to bed, like, go fucking have a puff and hit them pillows. You think your brain is decomposing? That's just the pot kicking in. It's kind of what happens. Turns out, as it happens, most of them do like it up them. Redneck atheist Winamp. It whips the llama's ass. Ah, yeah, we ran a couple of Shoutcast stations on Winamp. I miss Shoutcast, man. That was fucking great. That was having your own personal Spotify service. All you had to do, like, I've had Scrufdog. I've owned Scrufdog.com for, fuck. How old am I? 47. So I've owned Scrufdog.com for, I think, 25 total years. So I would use that as a redirect, to my, whatever computer I had left on at home. And just fucking listen to Shoutcast all day on my, either like if I was in front of a PC, it worked. And then once I got my first Windows CE fucking cell phone, I could actually listen to it on the browser, and I'd use that shit all the time. Fucking Winamp was awesome. I mean, I think it just came back. Like, I think they just re-released an update for it. But I kind of don't need it anymore. Because, like, I don't know. I just have Spotify Premium. I've had Spotify for so long. I just listen to that all the time now. It's so, like, for me, it's inexpensive enough that I don't really have to think about it. It's like, what, $12 a month? It's like, I pay for YouTube Premium because what I use for watching TV. Like, I'm not paying fucking $200 or $300 a month for 4 channels. For 1,000 channels that have nothing on, and only watch 4 of them for fucking cable. Like, fuck that. So I pay, I don't know, $14, $15 a month for YouTube, and $12, $13 a month for Spotify, and that's it. That's all the music and all the commercial-free bullshit I can watch. I have Amazon Prime for goods, and every once in a while I'll put on Prime Video, like for watching the Fallout movie, or the Fallout TV series, which is fucking awesome. God damn, is that so fucking close to the game. Like, for once somebody got it right. I hope season 2 isn't all fucking stupid. Hulu was nice. When I had Sprint cell phone, it came with a free subscription to Hulu. Like it wasn't an ad free. It was, I think it was like every 2 hours you listen to 2 minutes of ads. Some weird intermediate fucking thing. Like with Sprint. Someone here may know what it was. But then when T-Mobile took over, they got rid of that, and then I got rid of T-Mobile because they're fucking douchebags. I went to Verizon, but anyway. Boozy uses Amazon Music, $100 a year for unlimited. Yeah, see, that's not bad. I'm just so used to Spotify at this point. Like, it would probably be a just fine add-on to Prime. Like, I know you get it discounted for Prime, and Prime comes with some Amazon, whatever, I don't know. But and then I mean, that's what services they want you to get comfortable. Because once you get comfortable, you don't want to switch. You don't feel like having to start all your playlists over because, you can't fucking transfer back and forth and shit like that. And you know what? You got me. So I'll pay that little bit extra, but I just like how Spotify works at this point. I used to use Pandora for many years. It was all like free Pandora stuff. And before that, it was Sirius Satellite Radio, which I mentioned before at some point. I actually got to get that up here. Like, I found my old receiver. I plugged that shit in, and it fucking downloaded. And, like, this motherfucker is from 2009. It hasn't been powered on in almost 10 years. I powered it on the other day, like a couple weeks ago or months ago, and it downloaded a software update and started fucking working. And it's old Clarion unit. I was like, holy shit. This motherfucker is 15 years old and they are still issuing a software update for it. Like, that is some fucking support right there. But I got to get that up here and figure out where to hook it up so that the satellite can actually plug into the stereo somehow. Because you do gotta keep the antenna like pretty close to a fucking window unless you get really lucky. Boo says, yeah, that's how I am with Prime Music. That's how they got me at this point. Yeah, and I guess that's what they want. And that's fine. Like, everybody does it. It's whatever. Ooh. Graham Shaw uses Spotify. That's what I'm used to. I think it's every once in a while I'll be listening to something while I'm on Discord and I have it like share. I think I may have to turn that back on, but I used to have it share like what I was listening to if I was on Discord. And I remember there's a couple times I'd be like, and I'd look up and be like, someone blah 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 is listening with you. I'd be like, all right, cool. And that's when I realized if you see someone is listening to something, apparently if you both have like Spotify premium or whatever, you can share the playlist and listen along with them or something. I guess that's still a thing. Josh Homan, there are so many channels these days. I honestly wonder how they even stay in business. Yeah, it's a little busy out there. I mean, that's radio and cable. I mean, Christ, like I have the Amazon Fire TV 4K Max stick. Like, not the one, I think the one just came out this year. This is the one that came out in 2023. And it has, was it Freevee? Which looks like old cable, but you get like, the fucking, Jesus, every old TV show just fell out. Like, you'll get like the Magnum PI channel, the fucking Starsky and Hutch channel. You get a couple of news channels that are kind of generic news channels, stuff like that. And every once in a while, I'll turn that on. Like watch like the Maxwell Smart channel. Like, I do miss live TV. Like, I do miss just being able to turn something on and just having it play in the background and like it just be. See, like with YouTube, I tend to have to pay a little more attention because if it starts auto-playing, it's going to start auto-playing stuff that I actually want to watch. But with TV, you could just turn the shit on and just let some dumb shit play in the background that you didn't care about. A lot easier that you could walk by and go, and then, walk back out of the room or whatever. I do kind of miss old school TV, but now I just entertain myself in other ways, as it were. Jam out with your clam out, says Weaselbox. Well, pants are optional, so that would assist in being able to do such things. Weasel says, yeah, you can click into other people's jams, and that's cool. I thought that's what that was. RC and KU satellites a thing? I have no idea. Sorry, I started to read that and the fucking Marilyn Manson song pops in my head. I've got an F and a K, and I've got a C2. Now the only thing I need is a bitch like you. Or is it? I've got an F and a C, and I've got a K2. Now the only thing I need is a bitch like you. What's that? Saint. I believe that is the name of that song. You've got put a big old aerial antenna on your roof and you'll be able to pick up a ton of free stations. I know there's something out there. I have a chimney. Like, I have a way to get an antenna in here. I just don't even know. Well, I guess you'd have to get a little box or something, because I don't think my TV even has an antenna input on it anymore. I don't think the 4K one does. Ugh. The old 6-foot satellite dish. Yeah, there's still people I know that have them that fucking still use them. Like, boy, I don't know. I just kind of want to point it at something else, see if I can pick up, like, glibclobs fucking rocking out in some alien planet somewhere. Scruff. Yes, C2S. We are all waiting. What's up, Ben Hall? How's it going? I would pay to see the... Uh-oh. That still doesn't change the fact that there are 49 million kangaroos in Australia, 3.5 million people in Uruguay, which means that if kangaroos invaded Uruguay, each person would have to fight 14 kangaroos. How far away from Uruguay is Australia? Can we start with that? I would like to know if someone could let me know, like, what kind of travel are we talking about? Like, because first we got to work out the logistics of the kangaroos being able to get from Australia to wherever Uruguay is. I mean, absolutely possible, no matter where it is. Like, we can come up with something. But that is a lot of kangaroos to get there. I mean, you figure if kangaroos invade, they're not going to send their full. First of all, we got to remember they're not going to send their full population. You have to have base camp, base operations. You have to let their base operations still need to function back at home. And even in deploying to the front line, you still need intermediates. Like if they're going by boat, you still need the kangaroo aircraft carriers, kangaroo personnel carriers. They need to be manned. People won't be on the front line. At most, knowing the aggressiveness of kangaroos, I would say they would probably most likely not send more than, say, 15-20% of their population to fight. Now, granted, that still gives us, one Uruguayan. Each would still have to fight, say, on average, 7 kangaroos. Or, like, actually, no, 12 to 14, 14. No, I'm sorry. They would still have to fight roughly, 3 kangaroos each, which is still not an easy thing to do. My work here is done. Yes, very good, Ben. No, like we love working on dumb shit like this. It's fucking great. Not too far in cosmic terms. Well, that in cosmic terms, of course, it's very close, I'm sure. But I think the biggest thing would really, it has been discussed that the major military of our world should retire aircraft carriers because it's kind of, they're easy targets, old tech, yada yada. Planes can fly wherever they need to without aircraft carriers. So if we converted them to kangaroo carriers, I mean, if we retired, we could probably get a hold of 5 or 6 carriers fairly easily. And you got to figure there's a lot of layered storage in there because they can store most of the planes inside, if I'm not mistaken. What's up, Boink? 5,300 miles from the USA. Well, that doesn't tell me how far they are from each other, Boozy. Plus, you also got to figure if they're in different time zones, because Australia is like 2 or 3 weeks in the future because of time zones. I'm not sure quite sure where Uruguay is, so we may have to invent kangaroo time travel as well. Weren't we supposed to do another VertoThermoWhoofle? Did I start running my fucking mouth again? You want to do that real quick while we're talking about kangaroos? Boink is late. That is okay. We need armadillos? It almost says it looks like armadillos. That sounds a little rough, Herbert. How's it there, Herbert? Armadillos. Very textured, very ribbed. Very, very, very ribbed. No dildos, just armadillos. armadillos. Do armadillos go to Chipotle to have burritos? 73, that's a lot of miles there, Boozy. Ben, we may need to get some, the Galaxy, cargo jet. What the fuck are they? The Galaxy? The big motherfuckers? The biggest cargo thing? Galaxy cargo jet. The Galaxy? Yeah, the Lockheed C5 Galaxy. Big, gigantic motherfucker. I've seen multiple ones take off live standing on the tarmac at Andrews Air Force Base. One of the perks of being a DoD certified fucking contractor is you get to go into some really fucking classified places and work on classified shit. But I've been on the tarmac with a Galaxy C5 fucking taking off. And those things can like fly tanks, like multiple tanks across the world. I imagine we could take a shitload of kangaroos in that motherfucker. Like a whole lot of them. Yeah, Henrik's got it, yeah. So we're talking that kind of distance. At that point, it may even be worth to take C5s, modify the fuck out of them to fit on aircraft carriers, or take two aircraft carriers and weld them together to make the runway longer, and then that way the C5 would have a better chance of taking off. I mean, I can't, you know, a little bit of 70-18, some fucking stitch welds on there, maybe do some gussets and some, but you know, we could work that out. We could airdrop the kangaroos. That would be good. I mean, they already got a pouch. Like, we wouldn't need to have put a pack on them. They could just stick the backpack in their fucking pouch and they could just toss it out. They could use hedgehogs as grenades, Mr. 8Cake. That would work too, because hedgehogs are a little spiky. They are spiky. Bear commandos? Yeah, I feel like the Uruguayans may be the first ones to develop bear commandos to fight against. I don't really know how well bears and kangaroos would get along. Kangaroos on crack with C4 in the pouch. So we're talking about like the suicide bombers from Scum that just laugh, like they do kangaroo high-pitched laughing as they run towards you. I don't know if, I mean, there's always going to be kangaroos that are that dedicated to the cause, but I would hope there won't be that many, because that could get messy. Especially when you get Joeys involved. Hendrick says the U.S. Navy flew C-130s off of carriers in the 60s, so it's probably possible. There we go. I mean, like I'm saying, if we weld a couple of them together, you know, it'll take a couple hours. That's about all. Big old runway. Then you could have like the cool ship and the not so cool ship. You know, like in town you got the good Denny's and like the shitty Denny's. You could have like the good ship, the not so good ship. And, you know, you go back and forth. Just beeping the whole way. Yeah. We have an unusual government account, says Ed. It's a repository for old tech, shit like oscilloscopes and desktops and random ass office shit. Yeah, we used to have one of them off of, Boozy. What the fuck's that road that stupid ice cream asshole place was on? That new, gym. Oh, fuck, right down in there, we had an office place down in there. When me and Boozy worked down in D.C. You'd want, and it was just archaic. It wasn't quite Indiana Jones old looking archaic, but you could tell all the shit. It was like, I think it was like, kind of looked at it one day and I feel like this is like the 15-year warehouse. Like everything in there seemed to be roughly 15 years. Wait, what is, if someone else just said something about 15 years? That's weird. You think parachutes kangaroos can parachute? Says, well, that's what I said. Like, they got the built-in pouch. All they gotta do is, like, hold it closed, and then, floomp. They don't even have to deal with all the extra bullshit on their back. And have it suddenly despawn and disappear into nowhere when you land on the ground so that you can't utilize the pack or the fucking parachute for rags. Anyway. Unless you glitch it like I did yesterday in single player. That was fucking weird. I went and I found a parachute and a fucking full outfit, and I'm like, oh. That's what happens when you teleport while you're still in handcuffs and you're falling. If you teleport in single player to something else, it just fucks the whole game up. It's great. Honey badgers are close in nuclear option. Honey badgers? Are we talking about the real thing or the fucking the gun or the animal? Because both of them are pretty fucking pretty cool. Pretty cool. Ed says no real welding required. Drag hooks, JATO rockets can get anything off the ground and land on a car. Oh, that's true. Yeah, actually, yeah. They do use JATO rockets. That's probably what they were using to get the 130s off, as a matter of fact, that Henrik was talking about. I forgot about the JATOs. I mean, you either put them on rockets or you strap them to the top of a fucking Monte Carlo and fly it into the side of a mountain. One way or another, cool shit's going to happen. Who would fly the plane a seagull? Sure. Drop bears. Admiral says drop bears is the cryptid version of the koala bear that eats meat. I mean, you could drop Shy Guys in there and just watch him just fucking destroy all the enemies. You are talking about Caverton Road. Yes, Boozy. That's exactly it. Right down the street from, God, I forget what that guy's name, the guy that Lurch worked at. Briggs Ice Cream. You know, it was right down the road from Briggs Ice Cream. There's a warehouse. I had to go back there a few times. Fucking weird. Caverton Road. God, I haven't seen that street sign in fucking long time. Holy shit. It's nice not having to drive down to that fucking shithole every goddamn day. You know, DC area fucking blows goats. Like, it blows them hard. Pardon the expression, but there just ain't no other way to put it. Fucking dealing with DC traffic. That's, I fucking dealt with that shit for like 12 years. Fuck that. God. Whew. Explosive goats. Yeah, explosive goats too. A Russian doll pouched stacked kangaroo population would be denser than a black hole. Yeah, I guess if you stuck kangaroos in kangaroos in kangaroos in kangaroos, that would be a lot. That'd be we're talking like Trojan horse level of wetness as well. You miss it and hate it at the same time. Fair enough. It's nice to sit in an office for most of the day, getting shit done, but just doing your own thing. Or hanging out with a bunch of goofballs every once in a while, as opposed to being a fucking, you know, being the clown show up there that it is now. Good clown show, but clown show. We discussed it. I don't know if you were listening or not at that point when I was talking about that. Wombat Engineers. Why does that sound like a game I've heard of? I know they had like Mortal Wombats. 2-liter diesel, 42 miles to the gallon. BMW M30i, on the other hand, 26 miles a gallon, but 2.5 times the horsepower, weighed 500 kilograms more. Well, yeah, they're heavy. Yeah, I had an 88 Cavalier convertible 2.8 Z24. And that son of a bitch got like 26 to 28 miles to the gallon on the highway back in like 2003, 2002. That thing was fucking crazy. Because back then, like 28 miles to the gallon was like really fucking good. Like right now, it's like bullshit for the most part, unless you're a truck. I keep my head down and make money, but you're one of the fucking ringleaders. What are you talking about? It's a fucking circus because you're cracking the whip. Shit. Act like you keep your head. Any reason you keep your head down is because somebody's firing a fucking Nerf gun at it fucking 4 out of 5 days of the week. Like, no joke. Literally firing Nerf guns at each other. Because you walk in there some days, you can't see the floor because it's nothing but Nerf bullets. Oh, shit. My 1989 Hyundai Excel got 40 miles to the gallon. Yeah, that was one of the few pieces of shit that got it until it finally blew up. Because part of the reasons why it got 40 miles to the gallon is because they ran it lean. Fucking keep my head down. Shit. How many times I walked in there and I go, is this because of you? And you go, uh-huh. Just like that. Uh-huh. Shit. Come on here and try to lie to us. Oh, man. Tasmanian Devil Rangers. Haven't seen a good Tasmanian Devil cartoon in a while. Believe it or not, I'm not the one that starts all that shit. Oh, you just finish it. I got it. And now I kind of don't believe it, but kind of do, kind of don't, because you're fine with it. Does he have a what does Steve have a Steve does not have a cowboy hat on. I mean, he actually, no, I'm sorry, he may at this point have a cowboy hat on. Knowing Steve, if he does have a cowboy hat on, that's probably all he has on. Have a good one, Franco. Appreciate you hanging out. Be groovy. Sleep well. And don't do any more cartwheels tonight. Save the cartwheels for tomorrow. Do I even have any kind of a... I don't have a cowboy hat. I have a couple wide brim hats. Like I got a fucking oh my god. What do they call the fucking the military caps with the fucking netting on them? They got a fucking word for them. They're not quite floppy. They still got a there's a word for it. God damn it. He's also wearing spurs. Sorry, cowboy hat and spurs. Ooh, scratch the ear. Boonie, that's it. Thanks, redneck. God damn. Yeah, I got a boonie. That's pretty much the widest brim hat I think I have. I have like a proper like 1950s dad hat, you know, whatever the fuck those are called. I got one of those. And then most of everything else is just ball caps. What episode this week? Episode of what? By the way, I watched that suggested Red Dwarf episode. Oh, Rimmerworld. Oh, okay, so Top Smoke wants to know what episode they should watch this week. See you later, Franco. Good night. Oh, yeah, you'd have to ask one of the Biscuit Heads. They know all the good episodes. It is fucking great. Or I guess if Red Dwarfer's here, that'd probably be a good person to ask. And I just use a boonie when I'm working in the rain and summertime. Yeah, it's nice when you're hiking. I just picked mine up a few months ago. I had one from a while ago, but I don't know where the fuck it went. Probably disappeared about a year ago. From 2014 onward, there was a 1.4 turbo petrol, a 2-liter petrol. Before that, the other two Skodas I had were Fabio's, 1.4 petrol and a 1.9. When you say petrol, is that diesel or is that gas? I guess that's gas. I guess diesel is diesel and gas is petrol over there, if I'm not mistaken, in Biscuit World. I got mine when I ordered my Yakita plate carrier. Oh, there you go. Petrol is gas. Okay, it always takes me a minute. But like, wait a minute. Petrol is which fucking one is that? But then when they talk about diesels, they always say diesel. When they talk diesels or petrol, I'm like, okay. It always, every fucking time, it's like, right, yeah, okay. A fucking certified mechanic, and I'm like, what? Yeah, every time. I don't know. Whatever. That's not how I don't fix forklifts knowing that petrol is gas. I just go, that's gas. You know what I mean? Anyway, cheers to all the biscuit heads out there. And to everyone else, appreciate you hanging out and watching. Cheers. The Curry DNA episode of Red Dwarf Jacques Attack. Confidence and Paranoia, also recommended by C2S. Diesel fuel and petrol gasoline. Mix in a little bit of everybody's mom, and you're good. Actually, which I just hit that one. Let me hit this one next. I think I did. Yeah. Come on. I hate when it gets clogged up. There we go. Gavin versus gas is how you power your cooker. Petrol is for your car. Yeah, it's welcome to American English. I have a gas stove, a gas truck, gas coming out of my butt. And I had a gas last night when I was high playing my games. You know, and like everything's fucking gas. Then we have Gassy, you know. We have Gassy McGee, one of the regulars here. Everything's fuck. It's like I said, like what, a month ago about the word set, S-E-T. I heard something. There's like over 100, maybe 200 or something, some ridiculous amount of meanings, of individual meanings for set. And I started thinking about it. I went, oh my God, you're fucking right. It is ridiculous. That is definitely one of those words that everything around it absolutely matters when you're trying to figure it out. Context is absolutely everything with certain words. Polymorph? What is polymorph? Wish my cooker was gas, says Rob. Yeah, like I hate cooking on electric stovetops. So glad that this. Well, I'm also glad that this has a separate oven and separate stovetop, a separate range, I guess you would call it. It's not at that point. It's no longer a stove. Over here, a stove would be the oven and range top combined. I have a wall oven with bottom broiler, and then a range top, you know, on the cut into the counter, you know, with regular drawers and set under it because there's no oven. Kind of like that because now it's two separate units. If one goes bad, I don't have to replace the other. And the fucking range top is so goddamn universal when just basic parts that are all hard brass. So like I just clean them once a year, if that, and it's fucking it'll never wear out. And it's all factory fucking. My oven is a bottom. Actually, my oven is a top. There, Chicago Ted. Set as in contact movie. Yeah, a set as in a movie set. A set as in a set of these nuts. I'm going to go set up my microphone. I set that person over there has or something about sitting, setting. I don't know. That's one of the weirder ones. But yeah, lots of sets. Lots of sets. I can cook on a potbelly wood stove. Potbelly wood. I mean, I can cook on pretty much anything. But I fucking hate electric stovetops. Well, electric ovens too, unless they're convection, which at this point, in this day and age, anything that's an electric oven is a convection oven. For some reason, they didn't think about that when they first came out, and they were just stagnant, just burn machines. But they're a little better now. But I'm happy that I have gas hardware. It's old, it's durable. The only thing that ever breaks on the oven is the fucking igniter. And that's just whatever. They're like $20 and you just replace it every 6 months when it stops working. Or whatever. Somebody's got a hot rod out there. As long as an oven can melt solder, I'm good, says Top Smoke. Yeah, there are basic requirements for it, but I also use my countertop oven thing, my little ninja oven that I got when I was downstairs. I use that for most stuff nowadays. She was an IMSO, too much sets. That's close, Top Smoke, that's close. You've done better, you've done better. I do appreciate the effort, though. I do appreciate the effort. I've not looked over at my OBS screen in like an hour, and I just looked over and I'm like, oh good, I'm actually on the right screen. I've never tried inductive heat yet. It's really only kind of popped onto my radar in the past couple years. But I have not tried that. I'm pretty sure I could go buy something right now, like as far as automotive wise. I know they sell some stuff that helps. But oh, I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. I said inductive heater. I started thinking about tools. No, induction top. Yeah, actually, I have not really looked into them. I'm aware of them. I know how they work, all that stuff. And when I buy cookware, I tend to get stuff made for inductive stoves because it's thicker. Electron box, hold on. Because it's thicker, so even under a gas, it's a much more even spread, and they're generally more durable. And I figure if worse comes to worse, I decide to get an inductive stovetop, all my shit just works for it anyway. But yeah, I've heard that is a lot better because that heats the material, through magnetic resonance or inductance, however you want to put it. So it heats the material a lot more evenly, so it cooks better. And I get that. I see no reason why that isn't just a fucking great way to do it, and it cools off relatively quick. Like, I mean, you lift it up and it's, there's no longer heat being produced. So, like, there is nothing wrong with that. And I don't know why this monitor just, wow, have I not touched the mouse in that long? Jesus, I'm just running my motherfucking mouth. All right. But no, actually, don't know much about it, but I'm prepared for it. Has all the control of gas without the fumes. Yeah. I'm still going to run my overhead. I run the fan every time. I actually got to clean the filter. It's got one of them giant, it looks like 8 million, almost screened fucking Brillo filter things on it. I got to clean. Oh my God. Let's have a game of you're old when. Like, I'm just old, so. I know I'm not the oldest here, but I fucking feel like it sometimes. What's up, Electron Box? Late to the party. Been on a Zoom party for 5 hours. The other cat came home and slept 10 hours. I think it was locked somewhere overnight. Says Electron Box. Let me move me down a little bit. Zoop. So Electron Box just sent this key cat. Oh, wait a minute. Let me uncrop that so you can see Kit Kat. No, you're okay. You're the little fuzzy buddy. Y'all talk it out. No, I'm not old. Yeah, tell that to my shoulder and my neck. You're old when a celebrity version of a show is announced and you know none of the celebrities. Yeah, that's part of it. All right, thank you, Electron Box, for that. Always enjoy the kitty pixie pictures. I actually have the app open today so I can react a little quicker. Wow, there is just a fucking mess out there. Jesus Christ, cats. Come finish the food. God. Slackers this week. What's up, Chris? How's it going? You're old if you remember that Nickelodeon was originally called Pinwheel. I feel like I know that. I watched Nickelodeon. Let's see. I mean, as soon as it came out in the 80s, I was watching Nickelodeon priced up until Cartoon Network pretty much came out. And they had a lot better shit. And then a bunch of stuff from Nickelodeon went to Cartoon Network. And then Adult Swim came out. And then I realized I was only watching 4 channels on cable and didn't want to pay and spend so much goddamn money. But we already talked about that. Sorry for perving on your coworker. What did you do? Rocco's Modern Life. That was good, Mr. A Cake. Electric induction gas hob for biscuit heads. All take practice and time to learn. Yeah. Let me move that back a little bit. Putting weird pressure on it kind of helps sometimes. Rob, you have to be a tactician when cooking on electric. Yeah, you gotta know what's going on, and you gotta know what's up 5 minutes ahead of time. You haven't seen Chippy today, or I don't think I've seen Craig Matthews either. I guess we'll have to see what's going on. Sometimes he pops in late, and that's fine. Like, we're gonna probably go until about another 18 minutes, I would say, so about 7:30. Then I'm gonna go take a little more Motrin and get something to eat. Go from there. You know you're old when Molly Sugden starts to look hot. Who's that? Do I know that person? Molly Sugden. Okay. English actress. Oh, yeah, her. She's from one of those shows that we watch. She's alright. But no, there are a couple of older, like, women at work that I walk by and I go, that are like probably in their 50s, and I'm like, yeah, it's alright. And I'm like, shit, how old am I again? God damn. Excedrin always works. Nah, Excedrin's never worked for me. That's always just been Motrin, ibuprofen, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's pretty much anything that's worked for me, and lately it hasn't really been working too much, so that sucks. But, I'm just kind of figuring it out. Cooking on an electric stove. Too cool, turn up. Too hot, turn down. By the time the temp is right, you're already done. Yeah, pretty much. Try a hairdryer on your shoulder, says Jan and MSY. I will give that a shot. I know a good hot shower tends to help it a little bit. A hairdryer is not a bad idea. Wow, that was weird. Okay. She did Mrs. Noah, like talking about her pussies. Wait, what? Oh, no, that's what? All right, I'm putting stuff together weird now. All right. What I mean is caffeine with the medicine, so maybe take coffee or something. Oh, something else with caffeine. Something. Do I have a bath? Yes, I have a bathtub, but trying to take a bath is horribly, horribly painful. So yeah, I don't do that anymore. Like, there is no comfortable way for me to lay in a bathtub. Last time I was in a fucking hot tub, it was even kind of painful. Caffeine, I don't know that caffeine helps too much because, like, I drink a shitload of coffee at work and it just hurts all day anyway. I've taken that with ibuprofen. I don't know that they really help me personally because you got to remember I'm used to taking, at one point in my life, let's see, that's when I was building theaters, and I built theaters until 2008, so that would be 2002-ish. I don't know. For about 10 years, I was taking 5,000 fucking milligrams of Motrin 2 to 3 times a day. Plus, I don't know, like, I don't know what the milligrams are, but like 3 or 4 sleeping pills and, melatonin just to get the fucking sleep at night. Like, it was really bad. But then I started using cannabis and I didn't have to take so much Motrin anymore. And now my tolerance to Motrin is much lower, but I still got to take a couple thousand milligrams, for it to help. I don't know that I took enough. But it's sitting over there, so I'll get some more after the big shoe. You know you're old if Gen 1 Transformers is still your favorite childhood toys. Oh, I think my favorite childhood toy was my Armatron. It was like this thing, you know, it's just a fucking arm that you could use to like pick stuff up and move shit around. That massage therapy does not work for me. Like, I feel really good during the massage, and then I go home, I'm getting real comfortable, everything's good, and the next day I'm so fucking sore that it just it's the few hours of no pain is not worth the amount of pain that it would actually hurt. Don't take that amount of ibuprofen, it will destroy your liver. Fama, I took that amount of Motrin. I started taking 800 milligrams at a time when I was 16. Let's see, 2008, I was 31. So let's see, I started doing that in so say by the time I was 26, I was taking 5,000 milligrams twice a day, sometimes 3 times, and I did that for 5 years, 3, 4, 5 years. Then I finally started to back down a little bit. And then I started taking cannabis, and I've had fucking scans, and my liver's fine somehow. But yeah, no, I like I can eat Motrin like candy. Like I can eat poisonous amounts of Motrin and not even notice. It's not awesome. C2S had an Armatron. Those things are awesome. Yeah, the Radio Shack. I hung out when I was a kid. I loved going to Radio Shack, especially once I started doing electronic stuff. Go hang out in the fucking component racks and just get all kinds of shit. My parents are like, "What the fuck is this stuff?" I'm like, "It's just cool. Just get it." But now at this point, I was only taking Motrin like if I had a headache or something like that. But lately, I've been having to take it a little bit more. But I'm trying to keep it under 2,000 milligram doses and only twice a day. Definitely not 3. And it may help just me getting up and moving around a little bit for a while, getting something to eat, pet the cats. Let's see. Let's check the Ring camera. Why do I have 44 fucking email? Jesus Christ, people. All right. Ring. Let's see if anybody's outside. I gotta feed them. The old outdoor kitties. See if anybody's there right now. They usually don't start showing up till about sundown. That's nothing. Oh, I gotta clean the camera. It's a little smeary. Let's see here. Oh, wow. It is. Fucking slug must have gone over it. It just looks all slimed. Great. That's going to be gross to fucking clean up, isn't it? Let's see. I wonder if I have a video. There's the new cat. It's all slimy. There's Mr. Tabinator. What the hell? There's Mr. Tabinator. There's Gray Buddy. There's a big fat fucking slug. Jesus Christ. More slugs. Me. 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 Trying to see if there's any of the fox. Guess he hasn't been around in a couple days. There's that little girl. Oh, if I gotta clean the camera, like it's so gross. I don't even want to shoot the fucking camera. It's that bad. What you got there, Jack Attack? Sausage roll. Oh, sausage roll. Okay, so that kind of looks like a hot pocket. Jack Attack sent a picture of some sausage rolls. Not bad. Either way, it looks good. Yeah, I think I just have a couple of days of emails I haven't deleted. Like I'll scroll and read what I need to and just delete the shit later. I get milligrams and grams mixed up again. Okay. Sorry. Or some other MG. 420 toot. Let's do that. Happy 420, everybody. That would be coffee, like water. That would be Civet Cat Coffee. Stop with the pancakes, and by the way, eat the beans directly when they come out of the cat. Yeah, I don't know that I want to eat beans, the cherry seeds, the bean things that come directly out of the cat's butt. I don't even want to try the coffee. I mean, granted, it is cat coffee, and I realize that we worship cats and they are our alien overlords. We just don't well, most of us just don't realize it yet, that they are actually just watching us and waiting for the ultimate invasion. Um, but I still don't want to eat their poop coffee. Their poop beans coffee. Oh, I might get some coffee after the show. I kind of feel like having some coffee. Ow. How does Iron Eagle rank in your top movies? Asks Chappie. Iron Eagle, I would say for about 5 years when I was a kid, it was my absolute favorite motherfucking movie on the planet, galaxy, universe. Um, at this point in my life, I would still honestly include it in my top 10 movies of my life. Because that was a fucking amazing movie. I love that shit. That was what, Louis Gossett Jr. and I forget the kid's name. Like he probably got popular, but I remember Louis Gossett Jr. is in it. If I'm not mistaken. Last Starfighter also in the top 10. Absolutely love Last Starfighter. Oh, that was also a childhood favorite. That came out around the time of Iron Eagle. Like there were some really good movies back in the day because they were original and not just remakes of shit. Yep. Critters was pretty good. It got fucking washed out when they just kept making more. But the original Critters was good. Yes, Admiral, your place is an outpost if you have 11 kitties. Mine is a minor, I think mine is more of an information exchange point. The outdoor kitties may actually just be communicating like courier messages between my 4 cats here. And and now that they were 7 and now there's 4, they have branched out, obviously. I believe that may have been part of the master plan all along. Phantasm, good movie. I have the box set upstairs. Um, top 50. Top 50. Pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. Return of the Living Dead's good. Anything from Romero, George Romero was fucking good. Like the Living Dead movies are kind of all their, except for a couple where they're all their own creation, as it were, where they were all one thing. He was the lead guy from the transfer. Okay. Tim Thomerson. was also an Iron Eagle. Okay. Who's biting off cat beans? Yeah, no, not those beans. No, don't bite those beans. One flavor of the cuckoo's nest. I guess I saw that. I feel like I watched it. Not really sure. Whoops. When I'm chilling on my hammock, listen to Watermelon in Easter Hay by Frank Zappa. That's the second time Frank Zappa's been mentioned today. All right. Let me write that down. Like, no shit. I'll write that down. JNMSY. Watermelon. Make sure I can actually read it. Watermelon in Easter Hay. Zappa. I will check that out and report back. Are the big cats part of the cat invasion? Absolutely. If you know anything about ants, some species of ants have they have the caretakers. You know, they do the thing. Basically drones. They do the thing with the queen in the nest. Then they have like majors, and they have like bigger majors. Which are just bigger versions of the same ant, but they're like the Goliaths. So yeah, that's kind of the same thing with the cats. When they are activated, they will no longer accept pets and snoot boops. Every snoot boop will resolve in one less arm of a human, I believe. They're just waiting patiently and enjoying the scritches. I saw Ichi at some point. I remember it being good, but it's been a while ago. Terminator 2 was my favorite movie for a long time. I thought that was a fucking great movie. Kind of hokey when I look back, but at the same time, when it came out, it was a pretty good fucking movie. Ash vs. Evil Dead, I fucking love. Well, yeah, the three original movies are fucking amazing. Love them. Bruce Campbell, definitely one of my definitely in the top 10 favorite actors, I would say. Love Bruce Campbell. I still haven't watched the new one that came out a few years ago because I'm worried it's going to suck. I do have the Evil Dead TV series. I have that queued to watch. I just haven't watched it yet. How long does the battery last? Like, how long will it take? Well, considering cats have infiltrated everywhere, I mean, at this point, we're actually giving them jobs at stores. So not only are they at home, they're outside our homes. I mean, they can very easily infiltrate our vehicles. Like, we find them every once in a while doing spy missions hiding under our hoods. I think it's going to be a whole lot of premeditation, and I think we're going to go down a lot fucking faster than you think, because they're going to have everything ready to go and just hit that fucking button and we're done. And at that point, it's going to be Cat Central. Ain't a thing we can do about it. What's up, Penelope? Oof. The Electric Life of Lewis Wayne. All right. Can write that on the side. Electric Life of Lewis Wayne. Penelope. Wayne. All right. Oh, we'll see what I can do. I gotta fix the server. I gotta finish updating that one of these years, and then I will the flow of media back on. Return of the Living Dead 1, comedy horror. Return of the Living Dead 2, comedy. Return of the Living Dead 3, gore. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Ash vs. the Evil Dead series. Yeah, that's the one I have to watch. I heard it was pretty good. I haven't watched it yet. The second Iron Man was a fun watch. Yeah, by the time they got the second Iron Man, they realized it was time to have fun with things. First one was pretty good. The whole series, the whole Marvel series I've watched all the way up into was it 10 Rings? From there, I haven't, because I still got to watch, like, the fucking Loki and that other one with the home. I don't know what the hell it is. Alternate reality shit. The other one. Like, I watched the first 26 movies. And then they started coming up with the extra TV shows and all this other shit. And I was just like, no, that's too much. That's too much. I don't want to have to keep up with a new movie every week. Which is basically, you know, if it's an hour, hour and a half long fucking TV episode, it's just a movie. It's just a little bit shorter. Top Smoke likes twisty movies. Any suggestions with a British awkward actress? Robin Williams made a movie where he's a robot. Yeah, I've seen that one at some point. Yeah. First RoboCop was good. But, yep, Kevin Hardesty has to go. It has also been fun, and I also have to go. I'm hurting more and more for some reason, and I'm going to take some more Motrin, get some more food, have a smoke, and as soon as it stops hurting, hopefully I can get back on here and relax for a little while with some stuff. So, I am going to get out of here for the evening. I do appreciate everybody hanging out. I'll be back I'll be back tomorrow for the Scum stream. I gotta make the thumbnail for that tonight, because I took a thumbnail, but the fucking thing didn't work, so now I gotta come up with another one. Or maybe just reuse the one I got. But anyway, gotta do that stuff. So I'll be on Sunday, and then Wednesday we'll be working on Johnny 5, and of course I'll be back Saturday, I guess early again. I've not heard from Clive, but we'll go from there. And a reminder that August 31st will be the cleaning premiere stream thing, weird deal. So, again, appreciate you hanging out and watching. Be groovy to each other and have a good rest of your weekend. So I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.